going to close that in. That or that phone spray. Huh? I foamed that hole up. So ain't no bugs and shit coming in there. Huh? Yeah, foam up the whole thing. It was over here. It's damn. Because they're moving shit all the time. What are you doing? You need to run it over the wall right here. That's all that's on that? Bullshit. You got to sleep? They run you a piece of cardboard in there. You know what I'm talking about? Yep. Stuart, where's that gun that had that foam?
Who was using that the other day? Where did I see that? I think right inside the door. Let me go look. They were using it for something. What was it?
I don't know what was on the table over there. Fellas, how y'all doing? We was over there, we were running some duct work. Hooked that AC up. We got one of them little it's called a Frigidaire, but we had to run the exhaust outside sort of cool this off in here and blow the hot air outside. We had it set up in Miss Rhonda's office over at the other place, but we had it right there beside the window. And we had the window fixed up where the exhaust went out the window. How y'all doing? What's going on? Howdy, Gibson, Drizzy. No Old Donald's restaurant. No Old Donald's husband's DC restaurant rated by ICE. Oh.
I don't think we can change Donald Trump.
No, I ain't heard from her. We're going to community. And they give him another charge for resistance. Black on black crime.
Pero un mamahuevo, loco, tú estás viendo, por mí hiciste eso, pusiste un huevo por mí. Por mí, no hiciste por un mamahuevo. Yo lo grabé, no le pasa. Tranquilo, así mismo. Llévatelo. Los teléfonos. La bicicleta. Yo, there's some bullshit.
All them bitches up.
Two guys who put those signs up, those two waitresses, whoever else was involved, they should all tell Dave Portnoy to go fuck himself.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, Dave Portnoy.
They should put their own names out there. Put your own faces out here, and then the rest of us will step in and raise a couple of $1 million. Actually, a drive like this would dwarf the donations that we've seen sent to Shiloh Hendricks, because this whole forced embrace of the Jews, this can happen to anyone of any skin color. This isn't a black issue. This isn't a white issue. This is a humans versus demons issue. We have to stop allowing these demons to push us around and tell us what to do as if they're the moral compass of our society. These people aren't the moral compass for anything, not even for themselves.
You find it?
These are the people who are slaughtering, genociding innocent men, women, and children in Palestine and everywhere else that gets in the way of the Greater Israel Project. Starving them, raping them, capturing them, torturing them, murdering them, and taking great pleasure in doing all of it. These people are demons. They're lizard things. They're fucking monsters. But the rest of us have allowed them to corner the market on victimhood. Dave Portnoy isn't a victim.
Cut it in half.
You're ruined.
Fold it up.
I think you can lay off, and I think this is a fair.
All right, that's enough. Yep, pause it.
I ain't got no
Had enough
tape.
of that filthy Jew. Minor detail here, Dave, and if you're booking flights, you may want to know. Auschwitz isn't in Germany. It's in southern fucking Poland. But these college students, they're idiots. Kanye, the UFC guy, they're just crazy. And the college kids, yeah, they're just drunken idiots. They had to be drunk. Too much Jew juice for the goyim.
They locking people up for going to church.
That's why they were saying these things. It wasn't because our tribe cut to pieces U.S. sailors aboard the USS Liberty. It wasn't because they were napalmed and strafed in the lifeboats as they tried to flee for their lives after being torpedoed.
Look at that.
It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that we
You said Donnie now, right? Go ask him where's that.
Racketeering charges for 17, Mike Myers. So these were the United States government against Sean Combs, facing sex trafficking and racketeering charges for 17, Mike Myers. So these were jurors saying that they were familiar with pictures of these people.
All right, elbows out, elbows up.
Yeah.
All that, and he said they took a hold of the Constitution. He said he can't go home that night. They had arrested people and put them in jail and all that, taking them through and charging money just because the higher ups in the command state.
That people like Bill Maher, who is positioning himself as an honest broker and someone that can see both sides, should I buy it, or is this just a business decision?
Bill Maher?
Bill, I don't buy it, but I'm just asking you. It seems like it's a gimmick. He went to the White House with Kid Rock, and they had dinner, and he talked about it, and he said something halfway positive about Trump. Is this just a business decision, or?
He's one of the most unwise people I've ever met. And I don't mean that as an attack. I mean, I feel sorry for him. He's almost 70 years old and has accrued no wisdom in his life. And that's what I respect in people, particularly men, women too. I respect wisdom, not knowledge, not glibness, a deep understanding of the way people are and the way the world works. That's what I really, really care about. We've got priorities that are
Bill Maher
really
sucks.
enduring.
Pamela Anderson, unrecognizable, shows up 2025 Met Gala looking so unrecognizable it left people doing double takes. She's 57 and time changes everyone, but this wasn't just aging. It was like seeing a completely different person. It's because she don't wear makeup and shit no more.
Times for the media in this country. We live in the age of information warfare, where propaganda is not simply a weapon, it is the entire field of battle. You've learned a lot more about January 6th. You talked to hundreds of defendants. What have you learned?
Well, first I've learned about pain.
I was sitting in my home, and I got a call from his uncle.
What did he say?
They robbed him of his hope, his will to live. They took his fight away from him.
They broke him.
They completely broke him, and they broke his heart.
It's hard to find the truth these days, and it's needed now more than ever. We've traveled the country to bring you honest, accurate reporting. You could be here forever.
I will be here as long as the American people leave me here.
I'm Laura Logan with the rest of the story. Join us.
You're walking in the middle of the road, she's gonna get locked up. That's a jaywalker. This is the Republican House Homeland Security Committee here, and a government-funded non-governmental organization, NGO, was paid $600 million every 2 to 3 months to facilitate illegal immigration. Shouldn't be hard for y'all to lock these people up.
Can you name some of these NGOs that have specifically taken these hundreds of millions of dollars?
Judge Girl, what's up, girl?
Catholic Charities.
Volume's all the way up there, Gibson.
Family Services.
It's all the way up. It's maxed out. It's in the red.
DHS. He actually sends the electronic fund transfers, and I asked him, sir, tell me, who do you send, who are you responsible for, and how much is the largest check you cut? He said, I'm over Jewish Family Services, and I cut a check for $600 million. And I said, is that for like 3 years? And he told me, JJ, get in the game. That's 2 or 3 months, and it's renewable.
Carol, and anybody else would like to answer this, can you
That's why
name
we're
some of these
37
NGOs
trillion
that
in
have
debt.
specifically taken these hundreds of millions of dollars and not
Paying
used?
taxes? No. I don't agree with what they're doing with my money. Cyrus Rising, Epstein Flat Logs.
I know he got some hoe in him, pull on him, extort shit, bully the floor on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister
LeBron
from
James
him.
is a
They
bitch.
tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs and party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baca got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wah, 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 wah. That fuck him up. Wah, 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 wah. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. They not like us. 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 And how the Bible of God.
Experiment. They had a experiment that they did in Canada, and I am never. So many times people are like, "Oh, well, you must know all about this MK Ultra project and names and dates and locations." I'm not a historian. I don't give a shit about 99% of MK Ultra. I care about the techniques and the methods and the protocols and stuff that were a result of MK Ultra. I'm not like, let me go fact check and get everybody's name right and dates. I don't have any of that because it was never important to me. But they did this thing in Canada, and I can't remember the guy's name, but they took people coming in for just normal appointments, like I have postpartum depression or I have anxiety, and they would against their will do this thing called psychic driving. Had nothing to do with being psychic. It just meant psychic of the mind. And they would give them massive, prolonged doses of LSD, and in some cases tape their eyes open like Clockwork Orange and play these videos in front of their face all the time. And they thought it was going to like reprogram their brain somehow. But what happened was a lot of the people had to learn how to walk again. They couldn't control their bladder. They had to learn how to control their urine and stuff like that again. Some of them lost 30, 40 years of memories from their life. And these were people who checked into a clinic for like anxiety. And this was funded by MK Ultra, and it was in Canada. And it's so well known and it's so open that even the Canadian government paid the people's families who just got wrecked because of this thing. And the other thing they did, and there's so much mind warfare stuff that we could go into, but they did this thing called Project Midnight Climax in a brothel. And these Johns would come in like, they're like, well, I'm going to spend the night with this hooker. They take them up, the hookers take them up to a hotel room. They drug these dudes with high doses of LSD. And there are mirrors in these hotel rooms with dudes watching. Like behind a mirror in the hotel room, there's scientists watching this stuff and watching what takes place. That is the most bizarre and weird thing I've ever even heard of. They could experiment with LSD on a lot of people. But they did it with soldiers, and the British Royal Air Force did this with, or British Army did this with LSD. And LSD was just like the rave of the time, because the CIA thought it might be this miracle mind control drug because these videos were coming back from the Korean War of these Americans getting brainwashed and stuff. So they're like, there is something happening to these Americans that we don't have the technology to do. So it was a psychological arms race, or so we thought it was. It was just basic stuff. It was like very basic brainwashing stuff.
What were the results of that midnight?
Nobody knows.
No?
Nobody knows. Yeah, I think it was just studying the effects of LSD and the effects of what they call interrogative suggestibility. So, can I make you confess to stuff? Can I get intelligence out of you if you're a captured asset of some kind? And I don't think they publish anything afterwards, like some after action report or anything.
Some videos show furry influencer being kicked in the face and brutal hate crime beatdown.
So today, while public shooting, I was assaulted and bashed. I'm going to show you some clips from it, but, you know, I'm not going to let any of that affect me public shooting or anything like that, you know.
Going down south, I'm gonna have myself a time. Going down south, I'm gonna leave my...
You shouldn't get attacked just because he's a freak.
왜 그래? 뭐 하는 거? 기다려봐. 줘봐. 야, 이게 줘봐, 총. 네가 혼자 해봐. 네가 혼자 해봐. 혼자 해봐.
That's retarded. Police search for a driver who hit a motorcyclist and sped off. Boom. What is wrong with people, man? They're just trying to kill people. Somebody's going to jail for that. Serial thieves caught red-handed in broad daylight. This is one we can't shop anywhere without products being locked up. Well, I wonder who they are.
Turn off the truck in your back.
I'm looking in my bag.
She's running westbound in front of the stores. 434th Street. That should be tight. Almost there. 39.
High-speed chase.
Female black and orange t-shirt, green pants, and a red pants.
Turn the car off. Step out of the car?
What did I do?
Northbound.
I don't.
Are you paying for it?
Okay, I'm like, I didn't do a thing.
I'll explain to you in a moment. We're doing your speech.
attention to the honesty.
I ain't did nothing. What did I do? What the fuck? I ain't did nothing.
I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. Let's see. Thumbs up over there, people.
des marxistischen Begriffes der Menschheit.
You come with me, boy. All right, boy. Your time is now. For Jimmy McGee. Get him. Yeah, get him. Wrap him up.
Chapman.
You come with me, boy. All right, boy. Your time is now.
Here, a third batch of documents pertaining to the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein has just been released. We've been combing through this. Nate Foy has been helping us do so. He's live from our New York City newsroom. What are we learning here, Nate?
Hey, Sandra. So 29 documents were just released in the past hour, over 400 pages. We're going through it as quickly as we can. And once again, names in the Clinton family have come up. So, of course, these names coming out as part of a 2015 defamation lawsuit between Virginia Giuffre, one of the accusers who claims that she was sex trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein, and Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's confidant. Names that were searched, or at least discussed to be searched, through Maxwell's phone as part of that defamation case include Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Prince Andrew, law.harvard.edu was one of the phrases to be searched through her phone, as well as Alan Dershowitz, the attorney. But the difference today, Hillary Clinton's name coming through, as we have seen former President Bill Clinton's name pop up each of the past 2 days. Another thing to note, Sandra, in one of the documents that was just released, there is essentially a message book that came out. It's handwritten notes for Jeffrey Epstein about who had called him. One of those notes reads, quote, "She had on the phone Mr. Harvey Weinstein." So we'll keep looking into that, as well as the rest, or as for the rest of the documents that we've had the chance to go through to this point. They explain through depositions a lot of the recruiting process for a lot of these young girls, some of them recruited by Virginia Giuffre's ex-boyfriend. Many of the girls described at Epstein's home under the age of 18, some of them from different countries. So right now, with these 29 documents being released, that makes 88 documents that have come out to this point. Giuffre's lawyers tell us that we can expect 240, and that process for those documents to be unsealed could stretch into Monday. But we'll keep going through this newest batch of documents, and we'll let you know what we find.
Trump said he's going to be releasing something before he goes over to somewhere, Middle East.
Is whatever it tabulates. My hand vote, my ballot remains the same. They counted those ballots. Did they not?
I understand what you're saying, Your Honor.
Did they count the ballots?
No, the ballot images were changed, and that's what the total shows. Okay, I'll move off of this because I can see that I would encourage to read the report number 3.
I've read them, ma'am.
You've read all of them?
I've read those reports. They were given to me at some point, I believe.
Good. Well, so you know what I'm saying is true. All right, let me move on. It's not funny. My life is on the line here, Your Honor.
No, you're the one who's making this allegation that, one,
It's
I think
not
it's
an
funny,
allegation.
and two, that I know it's true. You're saying that as if I believe you, and I did not say that.
Okay.
That is why
All right.
I made the sound, because it's insulting to me for you to just put that in a record in front of all of these people that I believe something to be true.
Okay, and I apologize for that, Your Honor. That wasn't my intent. I do apologize for that.
For exposing it, she goes to jail. For exposing the crimes. Sharing a block of farmer's path. The bike's gonna get run over, man. Run over. Go ahead and run over.
Cosa poliziello e trolist. Non esiste.
You run over your damn bicycle. The only reason why we let her on team because she looks good in them tight ass shorts like that.
This is altitude. So it looks like the rocket's going straight, but it's not. The rocket's like rising up, and then it gets hit by a jackhammer. Sledgehammer on the nose. This is the wind speed versus altitude.
Yeah, that's where it's hitting the firmament.
So it looks like the rocket's going straight.
What's up, man? You gonna let them know? No. What time you gonna start the show tonight? 30 minutes after I leave, he will start the show.
But it's not. The rocket's like rising up, and then it gets hit by a jackhammer. Sledgehammer on the nose.
Slams into the wall.
This is the wind speed
To the
versus
sea.
altitude. So it looks like the rocket's going straight.
Has a $21 trillion underground network for only the wealthy to hide out in a near extinction event. Everyone's kind of talking about this right now, and nobody's really surprised, but here's where it stems from.
There were 21 trillion of undocumentable adjustments in the U.S. government. The question is, where's all this money going? And one of the things I've looked
I'm not gonna be a party to
in
that.
the process of looking at where all this money is going is the underground base and city infrastructure and
He wants some cake. I ain't giving no cake.
been built. So we have built an extraordinary number of underground bases and supposedly transportation systems in the United States. In the United States and all over the world, and tried to estimate our guess. This is totally a guess of how many underground bases, both underground in the United States, but also underground under the ocean.
Now that was Catherine Austin Fitz, and the entire interview is really, really good. If you haven't watched it, you should go watch it. In another life, she served as the Assistant Secretary of Housing and Urban Development under President George H.W. Bush. And everybody's talking about this one part about the underground bases, right? We followed Mark Zuckerberg when he built his underground bunker. I mean, we were deep into this a while back when we thought that the world was going to end. So nobody was really surprised, but everybody really likes to talk about it, and that's perfectly cool. But you did miss this part. Is how did they move the money to do all these dark secret ops?
But Abigail made me a chocolate cake yesterday. The aluminum foil, when it pulled it off most of the icing. So I had to, when I went home last night, I scraped it off there and put it back on the cake. And then I cut it up and put it in bowls.
Build underground
I
bucket.
told Joyce, I said, hey, you want some cakes? He said, yeah, I shouldn't have none, but yeah, I want some. Ruining your bloodline. Ruining your bloodline. And he's dark. He's dark.
Okay, we get it. You hate your dad.
Kamala's team has spent more than $5 million having images of her with Sean P. Diddy Combs bleached from the internet.
Murder President Trump, not just in Butler, but also with an RPG from Ukraine as President Trump's plane takes off from Palm Beach. We just learned that about Ryan Brown. Have you been briefed on any? Have you even been briefed on any of this? That's shocking to me.
No, but I'm absolutely going to request that, and I'm going to request that from the FBI, and then I'll follow back up with you because you're absolutely right. We deserve the answers on that. I'm sure the president wants to know, and maybe he does.
Is that paint?
But at this point, we've
that?
obviously got to know all the information that we have about the shooter at Butler. Why hasn't Congress been briefed on that? Certainly the Intelligence Committee should be briefed on that. And then what are our agencies under President Trump doing to make sure this doesn't happen?
What would you like to see as a consequence, in closing here, for the agents who were covering this up and
Jennifer,
those who were potentially involved in the failures, the structural failures that led to
y'all hit the thumbs up over there.
On-air executions of our president?
Well, and in this baseball shooting, if they lied in the perpetration of what this was to perpetuate a fraud on the American people, they shouldn't just be fired if they're still working for the Bureau. Pam Bondi should look at things to go after them for obstruction of justice, the type of things that they could be criminally held liable. These are FBI agents that are supposed to be protecting America and certainly protecting members of Congress. And if they are manipulating evidence to fit their narrative, their political narrative, there should be criminal penalties for that.
Good. Well, we'd love to see more of that. We'd love to see more criminal referrals, frankly, coming out of Congress, because there was a criminal referral every day when the Democrats were in charge, and they locked up good men like Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro. So we'd love to see more action on that.
Where's he at? Did you talk to him?
He told me they're supposed to be in the bed around 5:30, I think he said.
Oh, what address?
I don't know. You don't remember?
Yeah, these are patches and blue cement. Cement for tires.
Yeah, I think you got the jacket on there.
Cold in here, Jody.
I believe. You're moving around now, gang.
Chinese virus. There are reports of dozens of incidents of bias against Chinese Americans in this country. Your own aide, Secretary Azar, says he does not use this term. He says ethnicity does not cause the virus. Why do you keep using this? A lot of people say it's racist.
It's not racist at all. No, not at all. It comes from China. That's why. It comes from China. I want to be accurate.
Why do you keep calling this the Chinese?
Because that's where it comes from. He knew that. That's back in his first term. Hello. Hello.
No, come here.
I don't let him bite them. That's a lawsuit. Pfizer vaccine killed over 400. Florida Health Department confirms Pfizer vaccine killed over 470,000 Americans.
Publication. There's really nothing more to say about that. Yeah, no one's ever seen that. It's a one source story with a couple anonymous sources. Hit piece
Get a thumbs up.
A very left publication. There's really nothing
Got
more to
4
say
thumbs
about
over
that.
there.
He said he was worried that you're not taking your medications. Are you taking your medications, sir?
Again, the hit piece, anonymous source. Yeah, no one's ever seen that. It's a one source story.
Common to hear the phrase, that's a man's job, and I want to hear your thoughts on that particular phrase.
So remember, just oppose their views. It's super simple.
Brian?
There are men's jobs and there are women's jobs. I mean, I think we all, I mean, we're not saying that doesn't exist, right? I mean, you're not.
We are kind of saying that.
But it's just like if you pull up to a garage and you got to get like an alternator replaced and there's a woman mechanic, the majority of men and women are going to look at that and be like, hey man, I'm all for, women's rights. I mean, who isn't? But I also want my car to run well.
You can feel it. You can feel it. I can't take it.
We're going to discuss some of the most influential women, who you think they are, and sort of what gives them that influence. Michelle Obama, Shonda Rhimes. Women can do all sorts of things.
All right, buddy. Now disagree with that.
These are, the Michelle Obama thing. She got there because she slept with a man.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I think Michelle Obama is a fantastic example.
Right, but she wouldn't be in the White House if her husband hadn't gotten her there.
It's all facts. I mean, white liberal women.
I mean, very pretty. Very pretty.
She looks like a man.
Judge is now on the other side of the law.
Judge Shelley Joseph, MAE, she was arrested in 2018 by previous Trump administration for allegedly helping twice deported Jose Medina Perez on trial for drug charges.
Accused of helping an illegal immigrant escape ICE. Feds say the judge stopped court proceedings and had her court officer move the man out of back door.
Well, it happened again. Another judge being accused of sneaking an illegal immigrant out the back door of the courtroom and obstructing ICE agents. Now, you're probably asking, why have we not heard about this if we've heard so much news about that judge in Wisconsin? Well, this judge from Boston, she was accused of this back in 2018. The charges were dropped in 2022, but the charges are back in 2025.
Liam, the man the judge is accused of letting go was arrested by Newton police on drug charges. The U.S. attorney says he is here illegally in this country and was deported twice before being arrested last year. Judge Shelley Joseph leaves federal court in tears after appearing before a judge. The U.S. attorney says she allegedly helped an illegal immigrant slip out the back door of a Newton courthouse to avoid an ICE officer.
Now, here's why this case really flew under the radar. Judge Shelley out of Boston, she did have to appear before a special commission where they deemed she did nothing wrong. However, even the governor of Massachusetts is saying, look, I think we actually do have a case here.
Governor Baker, though, says the investigation has merit.
Look, nobody's above the law. Nobody's above the law. And in this
That's what they
particular
kept
case,
saying.
there are issues that were raised deserve to be investigated.
Judge Joseph is suspended without pay until further notice. McGregor is no longer a court officer. Both are facing several charges, including obstruction of justice.
And look, just like the judge in Wisconsin is finding out, the Trump administration has always said, if you have an issue with our deportations, that's one thing, but do not obstruct the ICE agents. We can take it to court like we are seeing with the two judges.
As far as I'm concerned, you randomly kidnapping folk and you throwing them out of the...
kidnapping folk. I'm just a ghetto trash piece of bullshit, and I'm black.
Country against their civil rights, against their constitutional rights, and frankly, how would they feel if some other country decided that they were going to just start
I don't even want to listen to her run her mouth.
to Target, a multi-billion...
Shaquanda claims it's okay to steal from Target because Target enslaved her ancestors years ago.
$1 company, and stealing clothes, it's not a crime. You're resourceful.
Not a crime?
Hell no. You're resourceful. You're homeless.
That's where we disagree, I think.
You've been displaced. I mean, because you're white and I'm black, there's a whole nother socio-economical piece that I have never had access to. So you can go into any single place and put your name on a piece of paper, apply for that job. You're not worried about if your name sounds too black. You're not worried about if when you show up, if you got to do something with your locks because it's inappropriate. Target enslaved my ancestors a year ago.
Target?
Target.
What did Target do?
If we really want to break down every single system that has truly impoverished our community, enslaved us, taken money from our families, and then displaced us as if now we're the burden to this entire city that was once 40% black.
Sure. But what did Target do, and at what point do we not uphold any values when we lead to...
At what point do we not uphold Target to then give back all of their funds that they can easily give back?
But if we steal from Target, then we steal from CVS, then we steal from Walmart, then the Walmarts leave, and then all we have...
But we built it.
No, but then all we have are corner stores in Oakland when we run out all these large businesses, right?
Our corner stores are mom and pop's own. They're black and brown owned. We don't steal from our corner stores. That's the crazy part.
Security footage shows a man walking into Ideal Market in Oakland and seconds later ripping out the store's ATM. It happened around 10 p.m. Thursday night while the store was still open with an employee inside.
We have ATM as a convenience for the neighborhood, for the customers that come here.
But
we could rock into
let's take Walmart's in Chicago.
Okay.
They're gone. Why are they gone?
Whose fault is that?
People stealing from Walmart.
Why did Walmart come into an urban city already and displace thousands of black people in an area where we needed housing first? Once we have housing, you can sustain yourself from there on in. Walmart.
She's ignorant.
You got the yard. You got the yard. Fish what? Fish what, nigga? Fish what? Fish what? Fish what? Fish what? Fish what, nigga? Yeah, so.
Yeah, the dog's gonna get in. He's beating on the dog.
Come on, girl, come on. Come on, who is it, bro?
He done got beat up.
Only my motherfucker, bitch. You got the yard. You got the yard. Fish what? Fish what, nigga? Fish what? Fish what? Fish what? Fish what? Fish what, nigga? Yeah, so.
Drop that old man. Adrenochrome, a habit fixed in stone, etched in stone. Yep, that's a baby. They've been doing this shit for decades, or centuries.
Concession? Yes. Friendship. No, we're going to be friends with Canada. Regardless of anything, we're going to be friends with Canada.
Hello?
Canada is a very special place to me. I know so many people that live in Canada.
Hello?
My parents had relatives that lived in Canada, my mother in particular. And I love Canada. I have a lot of respect for the
blocking
Canadians.
these damn calls,
Wayne
man.
Gretzky, I mean, how good, the great one. You happen to have a very, very good hockey player right here on the Capitals, who I have a lot of. He is a big, tough cookie too. Just broke the record, and he's a great guy. And we had the team here, and I got to know a lot of the players. But now Canada is a very special place. Yeah, please. Please. Concession? Yes. Friendship. No, we're going to be friends.
And he knew something had to be done. Back in late Republic Rome, a handful of big money lenders, many of them Jewish, were charging massive interest rates, sometimes up to 48% a year. When Julius Caesar, the leader of the Roman Republic, returned to Italy, he found the streets and cities crowded with homeless people. These people had been forced off the land by usurers and land monopolists. Caesar made significant financial progress, such as reducing state debt by 25%. He capped interest rates at 1% per month, banned compound interest, and abolished debt slavery. The aristocrats were not happy. They conspired against Caesar, and on March 15th, 44 BC, he was stabbed to death. Caesar saw the consequences of usury, and he knew something had to be...
Lord. What blood? The blood of this covenant, glory to God. Cut the covenant with his Father God.
Glory.
Yes, like Moses of old. There's there's coming one. Don't ever do it. Don't ever feel sorry for yourself. Don't ever do it.
Okay, man.
Absolutely stunning. Just delicious.
And people watch that on Sunday.
And he will be like Moses, and he'll live 120 years innocent. Yeah.
People watching. 3 out of 4 beehives mysteriously collapsed. I inspected them thinking maybe a might take over. Nope. Every hive was thriving early spring. In my area got hit hard with the stripes in the sky, and I can't help but wonder. Now I'm left to replace them and rebuild.
A very, very big announcement to make, like as big as it gets, and I won't tell you on what, but it's gonna, and it's very positive. I tell you if it was negative or positive. I can't keep that out. It is really, really positive. And that announcement will be made either Thursday or Friday or Monday before we leave. But it'll be one of the most important announcements that have been made in many years about a certain subject, very important subject. So you'll all be here. I think before then we're going to have a very...
He's going to make a big announcement.
Anya, or Anna Rick, formerly Anna Petrova, formerly Owen Theodore Epstein, born Anya Beth Epstein on June 4th, 1988 in Boulder, Colorado, with my twin brother, Shia LaBeouf, to our father, Stephen Bruce Epstein, and our mother, Shayna Sadie LaBeouf, who separated us, forging our birth certificates as part of a ritualized, highly organized, generationally planned child trafficking cult that initiates 3-year-olds and deifies incest and inbreeding. I have not been in danger, just been incredibly anxious. However, the world deserves for the truth to belong to the public. This is for accountability. If for any reason I failed to appear on my interviews this weekend, you are more than welcome and encouraged to upload everything from your accounts. Thank you.
Okay, she set up a fundraising page for herself, which she titled "Help Me Protect My Family." Okay, in case you missed the news report, she claims in the page description that she is now in a dire situation. She says, "I recently had a kid steal from my 18-month-old."
Shut up.
Respectfully, Canadians' view on this is not going to change on the 51st day. Secondly, we are the largest client of the United States in the totality of all the goods. So we are the largest client of the United States. We have a tremendous auto sector between the two of us, and the changes that made have been helpful. 50% of the car that comes from Canada is American. That's not like anywhere else in the world. And to your question about is there one thing? No, this is a bigger discussion. There are much bigger forces involved, and this will take some time and some discussions, and that's why we're here, to have those discussions, and that is represented by who's sitting around the table.
See, the conflict is, and this is very friendly. We're not. This is not going to be like we had another little blow up with somebody else. That was a much different. This is a very friendly conversation, but we want to make our own cars. We don't really want cars from Canada, and we put tariffs on cars from Canada, and at a certain point, it won't make economic sense for Canada to build those cars. And we don't want steel from Canada because we're making our own steel, and we're having massive steel plants being built right now as we speak. We really don't want Canadian steel, and we don't want Canadian aluminum and various other things because we want to be able to do it ourselves. And we, because of past thinking of people, we have a tremendous deficit with Canada. In other words, they have a surplus with us, and there's no reason for us to be subsidizing Canada. Canada's a place that will have to be able to take care of itself economically. I assume they can. I will tell you that Trudeau, when I spoke to him, I used to call him Governor Trudeau. I think that probably didn't help his election. But when I spoke to him, I said, so why are we taking your cars? Why are we taking we want to make them ourselves. I mean, I said, and if the price of your cars went up, or if we put a tariff on your cars of 25%, what would that mean to you? He said, that would mean the end of Canada. He actually said that to me. And I said, that's a strange answer, but I understand his answer. But no, I mean, it's hard to justify subsidizing Canada to the tune of maybe $200 billion a year. We protect Canada militarily, and we always will. We're not going to, that's not a money thing. But we always will. But, it's not fair.
Right.
But why are we subsidizing Canada $200 billion a year, or whatever the number might be? It's a very substantial number. And it's hard for the American taxpayer to say, gee whiz, we love doing that. Thank you very much. We're going to have a very substantial... Thank you. Thank you. Before we're going to, as you know, the Middle East and Saudi Arabia. We're going to UAE.
Where goes to Saudi Arabia?
And that'll be, I guess, Monday night. Some of you are coming with us. I think before then we're going to have a very, very big announcement to make. Like, as big as it gets. And I won't tell you on what. But it's going to, and it's very positive. I tell you if it was negative about. But she's repulsive, a disgusting woman through and through. But as I was saying, I can't tell who's crazier these days. The mental patients sent to us by every third world hellhole on the planet, or a homegrown George Soros-funded terrorists. Antifa, I believe they're called. Very bad people, some of the worst. They've got little trash can riot shields, very gay looking, very unathletic, very unlovable.
Yeah, bullshit.
I was telling a friend of mine the other day, I bet these people's dad.
Right.
And I believe America's the land of the free, and that includes doing dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
That includes things that I don't agree with, but don't hurt me or anybody else. Go have fun.
Right.
But as soon as you start doing things like entering into women's bathrooms, entering into women's locker rooms, and all you have to do is just say you're a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're in Crazy Town.
Yeah,
and if I can't say we're in Crazy Town, that's how all that stuff got through, is because Twitter was complete nonsense. It was just a psyop. The whole thing was just a psyop. We all owe Elon Musk a huge debt. When he bought Twitter, he changed the conversations in the country because all of a sudden people were free.
You could say what you want.
You were free to say whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
Before, you couldn't say anything bad about Biden or the liberals or COVID vaccines or anything.
Yeah.
You would be banned.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be banned.
Yeah, that's, that Elon coming, doing what he's done has definitely changed the world, right?
Without a doubt.
I mean, and how much credit does he deserve? Because he did not have to do that. I mean, he had more money than anybody. Why would he put himself out there like that, other than to make a positive change for humanity?
Baby Ryan sings Thunderstruck.
Rape suspect following an
breaking man in New York named Mohammed Azim was filmed allegedly raping a man on the subway and smelling his finger after he was done. He was arrested in New York City after allegedly forcing a 27-year-old man into a sex act on the northbound number 1 subway train.
Attack in Greenwich Village. Police arrested 36-year-old
Got a little
Mohammed
something on my fingers
Azim
here.
earlier this afternoon in Midtown. He is charged with rape, abuse, and forcible touching. Police say he approached the 27-year-old victim on a one train early Saturday morning. That's when police say Azim demanded money from the victim and forced him to perform a sex act. The victim went to the hospital for treatment. Information on the search for a rape suspect following an attack in Greenwich Village. Police arrested
Let him put a bullet in
36-year-old
his ear.
Mohammed Azim.
Freedom Defense has a message for the entire world.
No more climate change obsession. No more emergency vaccine mandates. No more dudes in dresses. We're done with that shit.
Naughty, how old are you?
5.
Why is your name Naughty?
Because I smoke this whole hood. This is my hood.
You're not supposed to be a thug at 5.
I don't give a fuck, bro. This is what I live at. I live in these projects. Like, gay, smoking on dads.
Bro, you're
Naughty.
Naughty, how old are you?
5.
Why is your name Naughty?
Because I smoke this whole hood. This is my hood.
Yeah, he's going to prison.
What the fuck?
What?
Why did you turn it off?
Because I don't know. Who the fuck is that? It's Travis Kelce's girlfriend.
Who?
The
What?
Travis Kelce's girlfriend? Well, I know Travis Kelce. Who's he dating? Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. She's been all over Travis Kelce's TikTok lately. Is she the party in the USA one? No, that's Miley Cyrus. Oh yeah, but that Hannah Montana chick. Yeah, Taylor, way better than Taylor Swift. Why does that sound so familiar? Yeah, that song. She was big in country in like 2008. Oh, dude, I thought she died. Yeah, no.
Are you serious?
No, she's No. She's the Romeo bullshit something with the screen doors. She's been on Travis. Oh, it's all really screen door. They fucking yeah, I remember that dumbass. Yeah. So literally, she's now trying to literally like chase clout with Travis Kelce. She did the same thing with John Mayer.
Absolutely.
She did. That's what she did with John Mayer.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
You know what? That's a Persia? Dude, that's the most underrated, most slept on Disney. What's the guy's name? Jacob Gyllenhaal. No, Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm Team Jake. Holy shit! It's a joke.
They will engineer viruses and release them in public so the capitalist drug manufacturers can profit from making vaccines. It's just a business for them. He told us that a long time ago. Camera. Hey, I'm pretty good. How's it going? Yeah. Which one? Oh, for the property? Yeah. Yeah, what do you say? You don't want to do it. Well, I appreciate you asking. Uh-huh. You gotta give me something for my time. I charge $175 an hour. Yeah, you gotta give me something on my time. Hold on a minute. One second. That's a service call. So let me call you back. You gonna have your phone on tonight? All right, I'll call you back later on. I got a service call. All right. All right. Hello.
My friend will pick it up. Me too. Can you take my phone out of my pocket? Everybody arrest us for nothing!
27 miles away. Side of the road. Fan broke. Says fan broke, and that made a hole in the radio.
It's gonna be. My friend will pick it up. Me too. Can you take my phone out of my pocket?
Let's go to the deal.
Everybody arrest us for nothing!
What was that last? Really? How much was that last? Send it in.
$3 grand for the radiator. How much time is it?
I think it was like 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours, and then the radiator and the coolant. But the fan broke. That's gonna be a fan hub. You can't really give no damn.
You get close, you know, man. Once you get the job, then you can put screws on. You can be more calculated. You can be more precise. You just give them a quote.
Oh, this is. I think this is over by Buck's house. The train.
Two truck drivers had a narrow escape in Auburn, Washington, after following GPS directions onto train tracks. As they tried to reverse, a train appeared through the fog, heading straight for them. With only seconds to react, they jumped out just before impact. The train, carrying 150 passengers, tore through the semi, ripping it apart and throwing the engine 30 feet away. Thankfully, no one...
And the implementation plan to ensure moving forward we are getting towards a more equitable enforcement rate.
We are reviewing the processes for who is audited at the IRS. There's been a great deal of politicization of that, so we are trying to stop that, and we are also going to look at the distribution of who is audited and why they are audited.
The plan, the implementation plan to ensure moving forward we are getting towards a more equitable enforcement rate.
We are reviewing the processes for who is audited at the IRS. There's been a great deal of politicization of that, so we are trying to stop that, and we are also going to look at the distribution of who is audited and why they are audited.
The plan, the implementation plan to ensure moving forward we are getting towards a more equitable enforcement rate.
We are reviewing the processes for who is audited at the IRS. There's been a great deal of politicization of that, so we are trying to stop that, and we are also going to look at the distribution of who is audited and why they are audited.
The plan, the implementation plan to ensure moving forward we are getting toward.
Donnie's working with ain't they loading the container? Huh? But that's all Donnie's doing today, is that. Let's you get over and get him busy getting that floor cleaned. Need to get with Exxon and get on that door. Floor clean. Don't blow it out.
Rainwash most of it out. Apple and Eve, Johnny.
Ready? Ready?
It's a Hilti gun.
You can blow a nail through anything, steel, whatever. It doesn't matter. It literally will put a nail through anything and the nail is staying and it's not going anywhere. Craziest thing ever on TikTok shop. This is a way powerful me.
Why?
One, I'm married, but also you look like you put pronouns in your bio.
Pronouns?
Yeah, you look like a he, him.
Yeah, I am a he, him.
Yeah, but you look like you tell people you're a he, him.
I don't tell people that.
You never put pronouns in your bio?
No, I haven't.
Did you vote for Biden?
No, I haven't voted yet.
Well,
Yeah.
you look like you might.
So that will scare a guy away from you?
That would scare me away from a guy, yeah, big time. Don't want you being a feminist.
What are you, Jamie?
No.
Why?
One, I'm married, but also you look like you put pronouns in your bio.
Jody.
I'm trying to drink my drink, Johnny. Give me time. Sit down for 5 seconds.
You've been sitting down all day.
Well, yeah, I'm not.
and happy. That is in direct contrast to your public image at the moment over the last couple of years, led by your ferocious... Well, hang on, let me finish the question. Led by your ferocious use of...
No, but I already disagree. It's not in contrast. There's so many people and artists that are championing the idea of someone being able to just express who they really are and have been able to go through the war of being attacked by the banks, being attacked, you know, by the banks. That's the best way to put it, being attacked by the banks and to still be here with this view is, you know, that's the win. So I think I'm in contrast to your contrast.
Okay, but the point I was going to make is that I watch what you put out on X. You've got 32 million followers. So you're one of the most followed people.
See, wait. Now look right now. You're not gonna take inches off my dick, bro. Like, how many followers do I have?
Well, how many is it?
I think you could do the study. You got a whole staff over there.
I thought it was 32 million. How many is it? You obviously know.
I mean, no. I mean, don't help them out. You know, they.
I'm told it's 33 million now. So congratulations. You're slightly bigger following than I thought.
No, congratulations. Your information is correct. You're not just some, you know, dude trying to sub. You know, I'm a gift, bro. You know what I mean? Why do all you people in media act like you haven't played my songs at your weddings or graduations or at funerals or when your child was born? You know, you take somebody that's living like a Lennon, a Michael Jackson, and you just take all this time to just, like, that nuance right there. It's idiotic. It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the art that I put out.
What are you talking about? I haven't said anything.
What are you talking about? It's 30. Okay, now you're not taking accountability or responsibility.
Literally, you said it. You implied I haven't played your music. Of course I played your music.
No, sir. This is what you get for now. We can circle back when you can count.
Okay. Where's he gone, Sneaker?
He left.
That's it for Ye. But it's nice to meet you, Piers.
And I don't want to be a wise guy, but if you didn't go with the DEI, if you didn't go with all of the different things woke, if you weren't woke, you couldn't even use the money. You had to have a certain percentage of this and that and that and that.
Hey, this is Jamie with Chapman's. I was calling on that service call on that radiator. You can't really, you know, I throw the $3,000 bid out there. I don't really know until we get the truck. Because if the fan broke off, the fan hub messed up. Hey. All right, hit me back. Call me on my phone. All right. You gotta call the driver.
Impossible to have. The people, the companies actually complained to me. They say they gave me all this money, but nobody can get these people to do anything. I mean, look, President Obama, and if he wanted help, I'd give him help because I'm a really good builder and I build on time, on budget. He's building his library in Chicago. It's a disaster. And he said something to the effect, I only want...
Hell yeah, 7 days.
He wants woke people to build it. Well, he got woke people and they have massive cost overruns. The job is stopped.
I can't see
I don't know, it's a disaster. And I don't like that happening because I think it's bad for the presidency.
Oak Ridge Parkway,
Austell, Georgia. He's got a library that's a disaster. And he wanted to be very politically correct, and he used good, hard, tough, mean construction workers that I love, Marco. I love those construction workers. But he didn't want construction workers. He wanted people that like never did it before, and he's got a disaster in his hands. Like millions of dollars, many. I mean, really many millions of dollars over
What I need
budget.
you to do is get in there and get that
And
pool
I would
thing.
love to help him with it, or somebody else. I could recommend professionals, but it was not built in a professional manner.
It's 4:30, man. Y'all need to get in there and get busy. You need to call Buck and see where the hell he's at.
I called him, he answered. I called him twice.
Gripping
Call
America.
the driver.
And while it rages,
Right here,
Canadians
360.
will remain
Yeah.
resolute and true to our values. While America engages in a war on
He's
woke,
down there. He went and got a yoke over
Canadians
at Kearns.
will continue to value inclusiveness.
Call the
And
driver.
then if you weren't, if you didn't have.
Jody, do what I'm asking you to do, man.
A wise guy, but if you didn't go with the DEI,
360?
if you didn't go with all of the different things woke, if you weren't woke, you couldn't even use the money.
241.
You had to have a certain percentage of this and that. and
6999.
that. It's impossible to have. The companies actually complained to me. They say they gave me all this money, but nobody can get these people to do anything. I mean, look, President Obama, and if he wanted help, I'd give him help because I'm a really good builder and I build on time, on budget. He's building his library in Chicago. It's a disaster. And he said something to the effect, I only want DEI, I only want woke. He wants woke people to build it. Well, he got woke people, and they have massive cost overruns. The job is stopped. I don't know. It's a disaster, and I don't like that happening because I think it's bad for the presidency that a thing like that should happen. He's got a library that's a disaster, and he wanted to be very politically correct, and he didn't use good, hard, tough, mean construction workers that I love, Marco. I love those construction workers. But he didn't want construction workers. He wanted people that like never did it before, and he's got a disaster in his hands. Like millions of dollars, many millions of dollars over budget. And I would love to help him with it, or somebody else. I could recommend professionals, but it was not built in a professional manner. By the way, nor was in California a little train going from San Francisco to Los Angeles that's being run by Gavin Newsom, the governor of California. Did you ever hear of Gavin Newsom? He has got, that train is the worst cost overrun I've ever seen. It's like totally out of control. So then they said, all right, we won't go into San Francisco. We'll stop 25 miles short. And we won't go into Los Angeles. We'll stop 25 miles short. It's hundreds of billions of dollars for this stupid project that should have never been built. And then they realized that it would have been a lot less costly if we just gave limousine service back and forth and gave it free. They would have saved hundreds of billions of dollars. They have airplanes that go there for one 1/100th the cost. And they have cars. They have a thing called the highway that goes back and forth that's not fully utilized. And they got involved with this project. And Gavin, I always liked Gavin. I had a good relationship with him. I just got him a lot of water. I sent in people to open up that water because he refused to do it. And we just got him a lot of water. If they would have had that water, and if they would have done what I said to do, they wouldn't have had the fires in Los Angeles. Those fires would have been put out very quickly. But if you think about it, and you got to take a look at this project, it's the worst cost overrun I've ever seen. I've watched a lot of stupid people build a lot of stupid things, but that's the worst cost overrun I've ever seen. What's happening between San Francisco and Los Angeles. And you want to ask about that because this government is not going to pay. I told our very great new Secretary of Transportation, he's doing a good job, Sean Duffy, I said, we're not going to pay for that thing. They are just, it's out of control. This is something that...
You're late, Danielle.
Things like this. It's not even conceivable. Like 30 times...
We start on time every day. Where you been
now
at?
It's hundreds of... It was supposed to be a simple train. And I think the media should take a look at it. And I'd love him to run for president on the other side. I'd love to see that. But I don't think he's going to be running because that one project alone...
Call that Ford place and see what it costs to put them manifolds on. Yep. Yep, see what the hours are on. Give me back. All right. Chapman's. This is who? Pretty good. How's your day going? Yeah. Yeah, I ain't interested in selling it. Call me back later. He's wanting to buy the damn, wanting to take off.
They'd crash if they did. Shoot a laser over calm water. On a curved earth, the beam should bend. Spoiler, it stays straight for miles. They say the moon reflects sunlight.
Asteroid hit the moon. That boy said them parts was over there.
At the thing?
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to call and see. I might go pick them up.
What do you know, or what have you heard about fake eggs?
What?
There's rumors that these fake eggs are starting to hit the market, even in major retail stores.
For the four-wheeler? Is that Mountain something?
Mountain something.
Yeah, Mountain Motorsports, Lithia Springs.
Yeah, Lithia Springs.
Probably heat of the moment bad decisions, but where we probably have.
Tom Tillis, the Democrats think President Trump's nominee Ed Martin for U.S. Attorney for District of Columbia. Why? Because Ed Martin thought January 6th were political prisoners.
Mountain Motorsport, where at though?
Lithia Springs. Numbers 770.
Lithia Springs. Number.
Have a difference is I think anybody that breached the perimeter should have been in prison for some period of time. Whether it's 30 days or 3 years is debatable, but I have no tolerance for anybody who entered the building on January the 6th.
You call them and see if they're all there.
I see, so he disagreed with you on that. Well, no, I have to say that Mr. Martin did a good job of explaining how there were people that probably got caught up in it.
At 5:30.
But they made the stupid decision to come to a building that had been breached, and that the
Chapman.
police officers and others were saying stay away. So the difference wasn't that they should be charged, in my estimation. It's by how much. That's an argument I'm willing to have, but we have to be very,
Give me the hours on that. Give me the hours on that first.
January the 6th was wrong. It wasn't. It was not prompted or created by other people to put those people in trouble. They made a stupid decision, and they disgraced the United States by absolutely destroying the Capitol, and I can't have any patience.
It sounds like your concerns were not alleviated.
But let me be very clear, though. Mr. Martin did a good job of explaining the one area that I think he's probably right, that there were some people that were over-prosecuted. But there were some, 200 or 300 of them, that should have never gotten a pardon, and he agreed with that. But the disagreement there had more to do. If Mr. Martin were being put forth as a U.S. attorney for any district except the district where January 6th happened, the protest happened, I'd probably support him, but not in this district.
When you say he's not... Because you're a piece of shit, Tom Tillis. Throw some gas in there. He broke up with me. He was cheating on me. Yeah, there you go. Boom! Lit her ass up. Burn her eyebrows off. I bet she's thinking right now. Hair stinks when it burns.
The condo complex they're building on the corners of Broadway, Lincoln, and Santa Monica. This used to be a Vons grocery store, but during the BLM riots of 2020, it was burned to the ground. And then they were able to find the fastest architect ever who drew up blueprints, got everything approved, and they were able to break ground within 6 months of the Vons burning down. For this entire mass complex, it only took them 6 months to start it from scratch. Not to mention the financing they were able to find in just 6 months, because this totally was not planned.
Yeah, it wasn't planned.
I will be 24 in 3 weeks.
I'm 24. How long you been together?
About a year and a half.
How do you feel about the way your woman is dressed tonight on a night out?
Oh, she looks amazing. She looks really good.
She looks like a whore.
Do you feel like what you're wearing is appropriate when you're in a relationship with a man?
Yeah.
She's a whore.
Why don't you have a problem at all with it?
Because he's a pussy.
Well, to be honest with you,
because if he said something, she'd get mad at him. He don't want no headache. He's a pussy.
She asked my opinion before she bought it, and I was like, yeah, that's amazing. And then she wore it for me before we came here, and I was like, yeah, I really like that dress.
You can wear that in the bedroom.
What made you go?
Titties hanging all out. It is long, though. But you can see her hips right there. Probably ain't got no panties on.
Let me ask my man if this is okay as opposed to I'm just going to wear this and go out.
Because I have respect.
Is this something that you could see yourself wearing on a girls' night without him being here?
Probably not.
Why not?
Because it's like, it could get like guys' attention and whatever, and like, as long as I have him on my arm, that's all that matters.
So ultimately, you feel like your man should have a say in how you dress when you leave the house?
I think a little bit. Like, I definitely listen to his opinion. Yeah.
How do you feel on the matter?
Obviously, she has her freedom to do it, but out of respect in the relationship, she should be asking me if this is okay, and I should give my 2 cents to that. And she does that, and I really respect that, and I'm really appreciative that she has that feminine side that she's willing to ask that, and, you know, I give her my response.
Bullshit. Take that shit off, girl. You ain't going out of the house like that. Nose piercing club member films herself removing Dave Portnoy's ads on the train. Dave Portnoy is a bitch.
Acceptance of a recession.
First quarter of GDP will be revised upwards, blows a huge hole in the Trump session. I believe in data. There's nothing in the data that shows me we're in a recession.
Short term. You believe we're in a recession now?
Congressman, I believe in data, and there is nothing in the data that shows that we are in a recession. As a matter of fact, the jobs report has surprised to the upside.
The job report, of course, less than the average Biden administration last 2024. But the GDP went down this first quarter of the Trump administration. If we have a negative growth in the second quarter, which is, I say, the traditional.
Where you at on that? Who did? You didn't take the old one with you? So where you at? Huh? You need to call Kearns. Did you call him? I'd call him and tell him. Let me call over and tell him. All right.
Definition of a recession, would you agree?
Fucking world side. Nigga, say fucking world side. I swear to fucking God. Yo, whoa. Say fucking. Get out my store, bro. Say fucking world. Yo, say fucking. Get out my fucking store, bro. I'll open your head, bro. Yeah. I don't mind opening your fucking head. Fuck bro. You. I'll open your fucking head. Yo, it costs 7 more cents. Inland. Don't ever fucking touch me. Don't ever fucking touch me. Move away from me, bro. Are you fucking... Move away from me. You got one motherfucking chance to fucking hit me. Move away from me, bro. One fucking chance. Move away from me. One chance. Move away from me. Yeah. Move away from me. You got one fucking chance. Move away from me. Move away from me. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. What's up? Ooh. Are you serious? Get the fuck out, bro. Are you serious? Get the fuck out, bro. Are you serious? Get the fuck out, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, with Chapman. Hey, Buck got a yoke from y'all. He said y'all giving the wrong one. He's headed back over to y'all. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
He said he had the yoke with him, and y'all sold him one. Got down there and put it on. It's the wrong one. Yeah. Yeah, he's headed back to y'all because the job was down in Noonan. He's on the highway coming to y'all. What time y'all close? Yeah, hopefully he can get over before y'all close. But yeah, he's headed to y'all. Yeah. All right. I don't know. He just called me and said, "Hey, they give me the wrong yoke." And I said, "Where you at?" He said, "I'm on the highway headed back over there." You want me to get him to call you? All right, let me get him to call you. All right. All right, bye. Hey, I sent you the number. They wanted to know what was wrong with it, but I told them you. Huh? Okay, well he wanted the guy to talk to. He's the one that cashed it out, so he wanted to know he'd go pull you one. So I text you the number. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me know. All right. Bye. This is what's going on in Cincinnati. They had a fight in there, broke out in the courtroom. Nobody's in cuffs. Put him in cuffs. Stop arguing with him. Put him in cuffs. You can't be pushing on the cops like that. If I did that shit, I'd go to jail. Hello?
They did this shit before. That's not the way to do it. They did it before. I got a video of them messing with my brother Anthony before. I ain't do nothing. I just wanted my brother to see me. I ain't do nothing.
You come see him in visitation. Chapman. Hey. All right. They get away with murder, man. Hello? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is around 3,000 to do a radiator, but it says something about the fan broke. So if the fan broke, it's probably you're gonna have to replace that fan hub. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I couldn't make a bid on it until we seen what all needed to be replaced. I was just giving a ballpark. All right. All right. Can you hold on a second? All right, hold on. Yeah, Buck. Hello. All Alright, he hung up, so I'm calling him on this here.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm on the other line. What's up?
Oh, that number disconnected.
I mean, I just called him, Buck.
I just thought, hey, I've asked him what you put in.
It's 366.
I didn't know that. I've asked him the number that you said.
Alright, let me see if I sent you the wrong number. Alright, yeah, I sent the wrong number. Alright. Go ahead, ma'am. I sent him the wrong number. That was my bad. See how I owned up to that? Get them both and return the other one.
Yeah, what is this?
This is Creed.
He put her out of the car. She said, "Can you change that music?"
Killing an animal a good thing to do?
If it's needed, yes.
Is it needed for you?
Yes.
No.
Absolutely.
I would argue that it's not needed for you because you have choices to make.
But
and
you don't know my
continue to
situation.
make.
Yellow. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Something's wrong with that fan hub. If the fan blades broke like that, something else is going on. And I couldn't give you a estimate. You're gonna have to get that. You on the side of the road? All right, you'd have to get it towed over to the shop, and then we can look at it and see what's going on. Because it's probably the fan hub's locked up. So you're gonna have to replace. You're gonna have to replace the fan blade. You got to replace the fan blade, the radiator, the coolant. So we could do it for you. We're over here off of Bankhead Highway, exit 12 off 285. No, I wouldn't change no radiator on the side of the road, no. No, you can't fill it. You got your fan blades broke off. There ain't no way to fill holes in a radiator. Yeah, you're going to pull that radiator out, and you're looking at like a 6 to 8 hour job to pull. That's just a radiator. What kind of truck is it? Yeah. What's the last 8 of the VIN? Yeah, it needs to be the last 8 if it's international. All right, so you said C is in Charlie, H is in hat, 624783. Yeah, CH is the first number. CH. All right. But yeah, you'd have to, and I can hook you up. I can hook you up with a wrecker. You know, we don't do wrecker service, but I can hook you up with somebody we use. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I can get the wrecker to come out there and get you. He'll pull you over to the shop. I can go ahead and call and order the radiator. Had the radiator, but it'd be first thing in the morning. You know, they'd snatch your old radiator out and put a new one in. And it, when they're looking at it in the morning, they can see what's up with that fan hub. So there's something happened to make the fan blade come apart. Yeah. So I'm just lowballing it. I'm just lowballing it at $3,000. That's what the last radiator we put in cost. But the last one, it was on a Freightliner. So and then that's what I'm saying. You looking at, if that fan hub is messed up, them fan hubs are expensive. You know, you can get them or I'll get them. I get them from International, from down there at Nally. And then you're gonna have a tow bill on top of that. So you probably, if it's worst case scenario, you're gonna be looking probably close to $5,000 on it. With the tow bill, and I'm just saying if we had to replace the fan hub. Where you at? Where you at on the side of the road? You on 285? What? And what I'm gonna do, if you want us to do it, I'm gonna call my record guy and have him come get you, and he'll pull you over to the shop. Yeah, you gonna have a tow bill. Tow bill's probably gonna be about $450. It depends on how far you are from the shop. And like I said, I can go ahead and call him. Well, it's right at 5. Hopefully I can call and get this thing, get this radiator ordered today, so it'll be here first thing in the morning. Yellow. Yellow. I can't hear you. Chapman's. Hello?
The bad choice.
Well, you're sitting in the Jubilee studio in Los Angeles.
Absolutely.
So I feel like you probably have access to a grocery store.
So it's better for me to go to the grocery store and buy a hamburger package that was killed by somebody God knows where.
Hunting is better than buying meat from the grocery store, but I choose to not eat either kind of
That's
meat.
fine, and that's your choice.
Right, and it's fine for you to have your opinion and me to have my opinion,
100%.
but the reason that one person feels more passionately about it than the other is because one person's choices has victims and the other one's doesn't.
Like when you're talking about...
Yeah, I don't, yeah, okay. What's your name? No, the big rig's name. What's your name, ma'am? Millie? All right, what's your name, driver? My name is Darian. All right, Darian. You just got to let me know what you want me to do. Like I said, I can call the record guy and get him headed out to you, and he'll pull you over to the shop. That's fine. You want to sleep in it, you can sleep in it. Like I said, it's going to be in the morning before we start working on it. Because we ain't going to have to rate. I'm going to have to... Millie, can you text him my information? Because I don't have his number. Yeah, that's on the high side. I just need to know it's a go before I call this record guy, because he's gonna charge me to come out there and get it. All right, let me see. Go back to the app. All right, you just want me to put the bid for the wrecker? Yeah. All right. And I'm gonna go on the high side for the wrecker. Done. I'm sending that back. It's a new estimate, and then we'll do something on the. When we get the truck over here and see what's going on, then I'll give you a bid on the repair on it. Okay, yeah. All right.
I'll go ahead. Once the 150 deposit is paid in, I'll go ahead and send you to get the wrecker out, okay?
All right, hit me back. Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you, sir. All right.
About this supposedly natural food chain, like lions don't have weapons.
Yeah, they do. They've got a bunch of them among their
Sure, it's their body.
Your trucking ain't cheap.
You know, we're not going out sinking our teeth into the throats of animals
20%
and
back
ripping,
every week.
If we could, we would.
Their throats out.
But we can't, so it's not really the food
I can't
chain
fly
any
either.
longer.
Should I not get on that?
And let's remember.
Well, no, because my question is, if a gun wasn't given to you as a child, would you have invented that piece of technology yourself? If not, I don't believe you have the right to use it because it's no longer the natural food
Do you know how to make shoes?
What?
Do you know how to make shoes?
This isn't taking the life of somebody
It doesn't
else.
matter.
And I'm not, this has nothing to do with the food chain.
You don't have the right to wear shoes if you don't know how to make them. How does that sound?
The food chain is such an obsolete and outdated term in today's society. Can a lion go
Animals
to the
have
grocery
rights.
store to
Animals have rights to taste delicious and fill my belly up.
Representative Eric Swalwell and Representative Jasmine Crockett should be arrested immediately. Why do I say that? Because I think they just committed a major fucking crime lying to the American people. Republicans just voted on an amendment saying no about Americans being deported because you can't be deported, so they didn't want to put money into something that made no sense. So Eric Swalwell, along with Jasmine Crockett, put out 2 identical videos lying to the American people saying that all the Republicans just voted to deport American citizens. And then they fucking showed that they were together. That was a coordinated lie. This should be fucking illegal. They should be fucking arrested immediately. How the fuck do they get away lying like that? Not to mention just them, you creators on here too. Just getting away with blatant fucking lies, and you say that we push misinformation? One of the 2 biggest fucking representatives screaming misinformation is Eric Swalwell and Jasmine Crockett. And then they get out there and blatantly lie to try to scare the American people. That should be illegal, and they should be arrested immediately. We need to start making examples out of these fucking liars.
Close. Hey, it's Jamie with Chapman's. Give me a call back. I need to get a price on a radiator. See if you got one. 678-410-2039. 678-410-2039. Thank you.
That's watching your show to make sure that they get on my link at Rep Greg Stubbe. We released the entire report. You can read it all for yourself. That name is the name of the shooter that shot and attempted to assassinate a number of Republican congressmen on a practice field practicing for our annual congressional baseball game. Representative Scalise, who's now our majority leader, was critically wounded that day. It's a miracle that he is with us. You had 2 of his detail that were also shot that engaged the shooter. And it has taken us 8 years to get this report. 8 years from the FBI. And if it wasn't for Kash Patel, we still would not have this report. It never should have been classified to begin with. And what the deep state wanted to do is they wanted to label this a suicide by cop, which is what they did, instead of domestic terrorist, which is exactly what this individual was. And it took us 8 years to get this information. If Kash Patel wasn't the FBI director, we still wouldn't have it. So what this report that we released today goes into the details of all of the things that the FBI failed to do, all of the evidence that they failed to collect, and all of the things that they attempted to try to label this and build a case that it was suicide by cop and not domestic terrorism, which it absolutely was. This individual researched members of Congress. He had names of members of Congress written down, their physical descriptions, their age descriptions, their room and office numbers here in the Capitol area. He did research. He reconned the area before he came and started shooting at Republican members of Congress. He was a far left Democrat who went after Republican members of Congress, and you had an FBI that wanted...
Dude, I've got a dash cam. Wah! Dash cam. Yeah, go ahead. I'll show him the dash cam of you cutting us off like that. Go ahead.
Don't be a dummy. Get a dash cam.
Some demonic shit. That's all.
Keine Dank für die.
Oh shit, oh shit.
Hey man, this is Jamie with Chapman. Hey, I need to see if you got a radiator for international. I got the last 8 of the game.
Play your part in stopping the mass immigration invasion into Ireland now by joining our political movement, Shield and Hearn, Ireland's only Christian nationalist movement in the whole island of Ireland, by clicking the link below. Join a...
Alright, how late are y'all open? $5:30? Alright, when he hits me back, I'll get the whole in for you. Thank you, man. Bye-bye.
There, and I have a lot of respect for Elon.
I work for Steve Jobs. He was 80% signal, 10% noise. Elon has no noise. He's 100% signal. He wasted 0 time. There's never been a man like him. Thank goodness he's doing Dodge, because he's going to save a shitload of money.
I'm going to say this quickly, but in life you're going to meet people, and I worked for Steve Jobs. He was about 80% signal, 10% noise, which means he was a very focused guy, not easy to work with, very unpopular, really nasty guy, but he really got it. Elon has no noise. He's 100% signal. He wastes 0 time in his day because he can't, but it does get him in a lot of trouble in different ways, because he'll actually walk away from a conversation with you if he's wasting his time, and he realizes that. He has 0 time to waste. There's never been a man like him. You just have to look at what he's achieved, and thank goodness he's doing Doge right now, because he's going to save a shitload of money. There, and I have a lot of respect.
Investment. Got it.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Can you hear the sound of your own voice?
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Doctor, thank you so much. I'm so excited. Thanksgiving's in 2 days, and I can call you on your cell phone now, baby. And you can talk to my dad about his head.
By the way, nor was in California a little train going from San Francisco to Los Angeles that's being run by Gavin Newsom. The governor of California. Did you ever hear of Gavin Newsom? He has got, that train is the worst cost overrun I've ever seen. It's like totally out of control. So then they said, all right, we won't go into San Francisco. We'll stop 25 miles short. And we won't go into Los Angeles. We'll stop 25 miles short. It's
5 over there.
Hundreds of billions of dollars for this stupid project that should have never been built. And then they realized that it would have been a lot less costly if we just gave limousine service back and forth and gave it free. They would have saved hundreds of billions of dollars. They have airplanes that go there for one 1/100th the cost. And they have cars. They have a thing called the highway that goes back and forth. It's not fully utilized. And they got involved with this project. And Gavin, you know, I always liked Gavin. I had a good relationship with him. I just got him a lot of water. You know, I sent in people to open up that water because he refused to do it. And we just got him a lot of water. If they would have had that water, and if they would have done what I said to do, they wouldn't have had the fires in Los Angeles. Those fires would have been put out very quickly. But if you think about it, and you got to take a look at this, it's the worst cost overrun I've ever seen. I've watched a lot of stupid people build a lot of stupid things, but that's the worst cost overrun I've ever seen. What's happening between San Francisco and Los Angeles. And you want to ask about that because this government is not going to pay. I told our very great new Secretary of Transportation, he's doing a good job, Sean Duffy, I said, we're not going to pay for that thing. They are just, it's out of control. This is something that you don't have things like this. It's not even conceivable. Like 30 times over budget, 30 times. It's the craziest thing and now it's hundreds of, it was supposed to be a simple train. And I think the media should take a look at it. And I'd love him to run for president on the other side. You know, I'd love to see that. But I don't think he's going to be running because that one project alone, well, that and the fires and a lot of other things, pretty much put him out of the race.
Pam Bondi got the soccer ball. Remember when Putin gave that one to Trump?
This incredible group that we've assembled. I'm proud to be the vice chair of this for a couple of reasons. First of all, the last time the president had me around a national or international sports trophy was the college football playoff national championship, and I almost broke it. And so I appreciate the president giving me a second chance here. Thank you, Mr. President, and thanks to this incredible group that we've assembled. I'm proud to be the vice chair of this for a couple of reasons. First of all, the last time the president had me around a national or international sports trophy was the college football playoff national championship, and I almost broke it. And so I appreciate the president giving me a second chance here. Thank you, Mr. President, and thanks to this incredible group that we've assembled. I'm proud to be the vice chair of this for a couple of reasons. First of all, the last time the president had me around a national or international sports trophy was the college football playoff national championship, and I almost broke it. And so I appreciate the president giving me a second chance here. Thank you, Mr. President, and thanks to this incredible group that
India just bombed Pakistan. Pakistan has vowed to retaliate. The Indian-Pakistan war has officially started. Punjabi. Trump admin fleeing, targeted. Why? Who knows where the bodies are buried? Cleared of all charges. Trump admin versus V2. Are you ready to serve once again?
The brave man he is, General Michael Flynn. Where's Michael? Where is Michael? Thank you, Michael. Brave guy, great guy. You stay in good health, Michael. Get ready, okay? It's not long. Year and a half, Michael. Just stay healthy. Along with a friend of mine and a very brave person. Somebody that got it very early and went through hell, and he handled it like the brave man he is, General Michael Flynn. Where's Michael? Where is Michael? Thank you, Michael. Brave guy, great guy. You stay in good health, Michael. Get ready, okay? It's not long. Year and a half, Michael. Just stay healthy.
Responded to missile attack. Both countries have nuclear weapons. Well, that's good. They're right next door to each other. We're going to release nuclear weapons. It sounds good.
Like, as big as it gets. We're going to UAE in Qatar, and that'll be, I guess, Monday night. Some of you are coming with us. I think before then we're going to have a very, very big announcement to make. Like, as big as it gets, and I won't tell you on what. But it's going to, and it's very positive. I tell you if it was negative or positive. I can't keep that out. It is really, really positive. And that announcement will be made either Thursday or Friday or Monday before we leave. But it'll be one of the most important announcements that have been made in many years about a certain subject.
Hello?
Is made.
Let Canada's new PM come in and settle. We start talking water, we'll wash all the bullshit away in a snap simply by releasing the Epstein files. Hold the line. Chapman. Chapman's. Hello. Hello?
Is there anything he could say to you in the course of your meetings with him today that would get you to lift tariffs on Canada?
No.
Why not?
Just the way it is.
He's going, hold on, man. What are you saying that for?
News. Trump's allies are suing Chief Justice Roberts. Here's why it's huge. Ever feel like the courts are playing by their own rules? Well, a powerful pro-Trump group is coming for the courts, and they've just filed a lawsuit against Chief Justice John Roberts. They're not holding back. The America First Legal Foundation wants to restrict the Supreme Court's power, and they're accusing Roberts of stepping way out of bounds. They say the Judicial Conference and the Administrative Office of the Courts are acting like executive agencies. But the courts should never be doing that. This fight, it's bigger than just a legal battle. It's a direct attack on the courts by Trump allies who think judges are undermining his presidency. Why does this matter to you? They're taking on the highest court in the land, arguing that actions like investigating ethical misconduct or creating ethics codes should be handled by the executive branch, not the courts. Basically, they want to make sure the judges stay out of the political game. What's really going on here? Could this move rewrite the balance of power in the U.S.? Should the judiciary be under the executive's thumb? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Whose side are you on? Are we watching a power grab or just a push for accountability? Say it loud.
So they retaliated. We don't know. India is currently attacking Pakistan. Wonder why they would be attacking Pakistan.
And complete transparency in a way that, frankly, I'm unfamiliar with any precedent of any president of the United States releasing a classified telephone call with a foreign leader. When Mr. Schiff saw that his allegations were false, and he knew it anyway, what did he do? He went to the House and he manufactured a fraudulent version of that call. He manufactured a false version of that call. He read it to the American people, and he didn't tell them it was a complete fake. Do you want to know about due process? I'll tell you about due process. Never before in the history of our country has a president been confronted with this kind of impeachment proceeding in the House. It wasn't conducted by the Judiciary Committee. Now, Mr. Nadler, when he applied for that job, told his colleagues when they took over the House that he was really good at impeachment.
Trump. I don't think so. Not at this stage.
Get you to lift tariffs on Canada?
No.
Why not?
Just the way it is.
And a person who draws his inspiration from President Trump, like Pierre Poilievre, will kneel down before him.
You're a transformational president, focus on the economy with a relentless focus on the American worker, securing your borders, ending the scourge of fentanyl and other opioids. And,
all is in Pam's court.
And securing the world.
Before he stands up to him. He's in sync.
Somebody heckles him about being on Epstein Island.
I thought you were excellent, and I think we have a lot of things in common.
Pierre Poilievre is also choosing to be willfully blind to the many and growing threats that face our country.
We don't really want cars from Canada. And we put tariffs on cars from Canada, and at a certain point, it won't make economic sense for Canada to build those cars. And we don't want steel from Canada because we're making our own steel, and we're having massive steel plants being built right now as we speak. We really don't want Canadian steel, and we don't want Canadian aluminum and various other things.
What the big companies are producing, by and large, are not
products that we are consuming. There's some element of that, but by and large, a steel company, how much steel are you using these days, Todd? I mean, and not as much we used. So anyway,
Trudeau, when I spoke to him, I used to call him Governor Trudeau. I think that probably didn't help his election. But when I spoke to him, I said, so why are we taking your cars? Why are we taking we want to make them ourselves. I mean, I said, and if the price of your cars went up, or if we put a tariff on your cars of 25%, what would that mean to you? He said that would mean the end of Canada. He actually said that to me. And I said, that's a strange answer, but I understand his answer. But no, I mean, it's hard to justify subsidizing Canada to the tune of maybe $200 billion a year. We protect Canada militarily, and we always will. We're not going to, that's not a money thing. But we always will. But, it's not fair.
Missile strikes against targets in Pakistan with multiple confirmed explosions taking place.
This BLM activist is literally left speechless when confronted with reality.
You've been discriminated against?
Yes.
By who?
By white people.
What did they do to you? Tell me what happened to you.
They told me that I needed to wear my hair a certain way in order to be groomed.
Who told you that?
All right, a supervisor.
At your job?
Yeah, at a previous job.
At a what?
A previous job. I don't work there.
So you were working at this company, and you went in, you applied for the job. At the time that you were applying for the job, you told them, if you pay me X amount of dollars, I will come every day, and I will follow your rules, and you took the job, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
They can't hear you.
Yes.
They can't hear you, Michelle. Come on. So when you agreed to do that job and follow their standards, their rules, you didn't mean it?
After repeatedly calling America racist, this BL...
You said, trust in God, but tie up your camel. That's what's got to guide you when you deal with China.
Yes.
As you know, Mary,
Chapman's.
Pretty girls, fast cars. That's just a facade. The bridge separates South Beach.
Rick Ross has been over there touching buttholes. He's been at Diddy's house.
Intention to lift tariffs on Canada?
No.
Why not?
Just the way it is.
Very big announcement. Oh, what happened?
So far in this administration, sir, are related to onshoring manufacturing and onshoring supply chains. One of the most important supply chain issues we currently face as a country is our pharmaceutical supply chain. This is an executive order intended to promote domestic manufacturing of pharmaceuticals. It streamlines the permitting processes that go into building domestic pharmaceutical manufacturing sites. It centers a lot of the environmental permitting process, which is quite significant, within the EPA, and it takes other actions designed to ensure that we're bringing pharmaceutical jobs and pharmaceutical manufacturing back to the United States of America.
Okay, good. That's what it's all about, right? Very important.
Many actions that you've taken so far in this administration, sir, are related to onshoring manufacturing.
Bringing pharmaceuticals back to America.
Interesting to me that Lily Gaddis, you retweeted Nick Fuentes, the white supremacist, by saying he said black people just raised $500,000 for a cold-blooded killer who stabbed a white teenager to death. So I don't want to hear one word about the Shiloh Hendricks fundraiser. Either everyone gets to be tribal or nobody does. Why would you retweet that?
Because I agree with it. Because we have to fight fire with fire. I mean, at some point, why are Jewish
nobody does?
Why are Jewish people allowed to be tribal? Why are black people allowed to be tribal? But as soon as white people stand up for themselves, we're labeled a racist. And by the way, you call people racist when you want them to stop talking about things.
No, I called you a racist because you admitted you were racist. Hang on. I called, just to be clear, I called you a racist because you openly, proudly admitted you're a racist. So it wasn't a question of exposing you or pointing my finger or trying to get this out of you. You proudly sat there, bold as brass, and said, yeah, I use the N-word all the time against black people. I'm a racist and I'm proud of it. That's what you did.
Racism is just having a preference. I prefer not to live around black people. I prefer not to live in a country where white people in our country are disproportionately attacked by black people. Where in my country, you can have an Austin Metcalf where he asks a guy to leave and he gets stabbed in the heart. I prefer that. That's a preference. Now, what a real racist is, in my opinion, is seeing someone as less human. I'm a Christian. I believe everyone's created in God's image. So I don't see anyone as less human. But that doesn't mean I'm not allowed to have a preference and say, I don't like what happens to be coming out of this community or that community. How is that a bad thing? How is that not just a preference?
Because you've literally made black people sound lesser humans. You don't want to live around them. You want to use the N-word in relation to them, a word that you know causes that community unbelievable offense.
My fault? Is that my fault? If they have bad behavior, if they want to act in a certain way, if I have to cross the street and be afraid that maybe because of the crime statistics that are very real, by the way, is that my fault or is that their fault for having bad behavior?
That's mind-boggling to me for multiple reasons.
Now, in Capitol Hill, ladies and gentlemen, Marjorie Taylor Greene has taken up on stage there, in Congress, and now is literally giving ill.
No motivation. You don't know a lot of black men that come from the hood. They got an island. I got an island called Love Island. So when I took you to Love Island, and then you realize that the plane landed, and then we had to float to another island. What was going through your head when we were going there?
I was finna go to war by this nigga. He mad.
What was your favorite time that I took you off the grid? If you going off the grid with me, you got to go to sleep for a week.
Before the report about the 9-year-old boy was released, and before people started confirming that the video that was being shopped around was Bieber and Diddy.
It's on the tapes. I believe Barack Obama got a tape.
Pick it out, read it, and answer.
Public place, you did it. Is this the best or the worst? What do you do?
The best.
Okay, the best. Probably the Obama thing.
What? John, what's it? Oh God.
Oh God.
John.
What?
What is your wife talking about?
I don't know.
We're not in there. Chrissy, get back here. What happened?
We're not going to discuss that.
We're not going to discuss it?
We're not. We're not.
Okay. Oh my God. Secret Service. Come here, jump back in. Hi. Look at John. I don't. Hi.
We're not talking about it. That's the truth.
That is an awesome answer.
Not the White House. It was not
at the White House.
100% not the White House.
He was not elected yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we're moving on.
I'm sorry. I'm in trouble now.
Yeah, you're in trouble, Tegan.
I know Jennifer Lopez has multiple things.
I remember this photo of Jennifer Lopez. It was a gym photo she took, and people realized when they zoomed in a little bit, there was a person, seemed to be like a kid or maybe a man, who knows, in the door with their mouths covered, and they looked scared. Did we ever get an answer to that? Did everybody get an explanation? I just want to know. Because, yeah, that's, yeah.
Oof. I know Beyonce got a tape. I definitely know they probably recycled some old Stevie J and Eve stuff. I know Drake got a tape. I know Rihanna got a tape. I know Chris Brown's on one of them tapes. I know Trey Songz has been like a supporting actor in many freak-off films. Definitely Usher. I think what would shock people are the politicians. and the Royals that were on that tape. And I'm still trying to figure out when Harry and Meghan are going to be honest about their freak-off tape.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody really wants to talk about the fact that the royal family had many times at Ditty Party, especially that weirdo uncle.
I mean, I have on first-hand account how Diddy would try to bribe individuals to stay quiet by very, very expensive gifts. And so remember, things happen in the recording studio and at these parties. And what should happen here, as should have happened with the Jeffrey Epstein situation, all involved, subpoena them, call them in front of counsel, examine them. If you are exonerated, you're exonerated. But if you were there, we need to make sure what you saw and what you didn't see. Did you know and you stayed silent? Did he bribe you? Was there extortion? Remember, him kicking a girlfriend, which is despicable, forced fraud and coercion goes with exploitation. It's par for the course, Jesse. There's a lot of this stuff that's going to come out.
All right, well, we'll keep everybody posted as it develops. Yaku, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I don't think it's only celebrities going to be shook. He had politicians in there. He had princes in there. He also had a couple of preachers in there.
You personally, you think they got tapes?
Well, my personal opinion that if Lil Rob could be trusted and his statement are true, they got him. They got tapes and stuff.
Now, if Diddy had tapes, the feds have them. That's a lot of blackmail.
Stopping an armed fucking robbery, boys and girls. Yeah, set out fucking them. Fuck off, you little cunts. Yeah? Trying to rob up people. Trying to rob up people. This is what happens when little fucking cunts think that they're too much, mate. Yeah? Shut up, you scummy cunt. Yeah? Integrity of the UK, boys. Integrity of the U-fucking-K. Scummy little cunt. Stopping an armed fucking...
Or RV vibes going on.
Huge RV update with Trump cryptic, but very positive news coming.
I'm going to come back to Iraq at the end with the Trump video that you don't want to miss if you haven't heard it. So basically, Vietnam is in the news for inking the first ever Central Asia alliance. It's a strategic partnership with Kazakhstan. It's the first in the region. And Francis Hadlokan, he goes over in great detail here on a tweet how this is a tectonic shift that's happening with the basically the whole reset, the RV with these currencies in these countries. And he pointed out a very good point he makes is currency revaluations and financial resets begin at the edges, not the core.
There's 11 up in here. Y'all go over to the YouTube side and click the thumbs up, please, and thank you.
Stay ready.
Leave a comment.
And I put on top, Vietnam is making all the necessary trade deal rounds, just like Iraq already did, right? And remember, if we don't, here's a reminder from Stephanie Starr a few weeks ago. She reminds us, despite the tariffs, U.S. brings largest trade delegations where it was to Iraq. Yeah, and remember that great picture we had of Marco Rubio and the foreign minister? They were smiling there after they had just basically did all the deals that we know they're getting ready to announce. And maybe this is a video announcement that Trump in the Oval Office just about an hour or two ago made. And I want to play this for you, and you guys let me know what you think. This is huge. Listen to this.
We're going to UAE and Qatar, and that'll be, I guess, Monday night. Some of you are coming with us. I think before then we're going to have a very, very big announcement to make, like as big as it gets, and I won't tell you on what, but it's going to, and it's very positive. I tell you if it was negative or positive. I can't keep that out. It is really, really positive.
Really, really positive. And
that announcement will be made either Thursday or Friday or Monday before we leave. But it'll be one of the most important announcements that have been made in many years about a certain subject.
Wow.
India's airstrikes into Pakistan. We just heard about it as we were walking through the doors of the Oval. They've been fighting for a long time. I just hope it ends very quickly.
No, it's a shame. We just heard about it just as we were walking in the doors of the Oval. Just heard about it. I guess people knew something was going to happen based on a little bit of the past. They've been fighting for a long time. You know, they've been fighting for many, many decades and centuries, actually, if you really think about it. No, I just hope it ends very quickly.
It's good to have you on tonight. So the media is battling the president, creating a new hoax. It's also giving the cartels a platform in interviews. Watch.
According to the Trump administration, you are a terrorist. What do you make of that?
Está fea la situación, ¿verdad? Está fea la situación, pero pues de todos modos tenemos que comer.
We have to eat.
What's your message to Donald Trump?
Los respetos, él tiene que según él buscar lo mejor para los suyos. Pero el detalle que ya están los consumidores, ¿no? Si no hubiera consumidores, pues uno le paraba.
Stephen, your reaction to cartel members getting a platform in the American media?
Hey. The American press is trying to see how it hurts cartel members' feelings when Donald Trump has accurately portrayed them as foreign terrorist enemies of the United States. Hundreds of thousands of Americans, hundreds of thousands, have been killed by the fentanyl that these monsters have trafficked into our country, lacing our drugs with this lethal poison that many teenagers and many young people in this country don't even realize that they're ingesting, and they drop dead, and their parents don't even know what happened. These same cartels, by the way, that wage assassination campaigns against their opponents, that use fear, violence, torture, and intimidation to get their way, that are responsible for all illegal immigration into this country. In other words, everyone who crosses that border is smuggled by a cartel or a cartel associate, and they're responsible for the human trafficking and child trafficking that has plagued the Western Hemisphere. But it's President Trump, of course, who they are now attacking, the press is attacking, for shutting all of that down, for ending child trafficking, ending human trafficking, for cutting the number of drugs.
Like being a man, but thinking like a woman.
I don't think I think like a woman. I think like a man.
No, you don't. I'm going to tell you. You don't.
I think what you're trying to say is I appear to be thinking in feminine ways.
No, you're thinking like a woman.
I don't think so.
I want to be real clear.
Okay.
You think like a woman.
How much do you fucking love Jesse Lee Peterson?
I mean, these clips are gold. You know, they're amazing.
I found him on TikTok.
I've seen like a few clips, and every time I'm like, this is fucking amazing. He's sitting there telling this guy.
He's like, I don't think I think like a woman.
Like, you let there be no confusion. You think like a woman.
Do you like being a man?
You lost their tracks.
They're in Canada with the truckers.
Yes.
I mean, they froze their bank accounts.
Yeah.
Or people who donated to them.
Yeah. People who donated to them got their bank accounts frozen.
How insane.
Insane. And then that same party just won again. Good job, Canada.
Oh, my God. If they didn't have good bear hunting, I would never go there.
I do have to say, I offered to have that Pierre guy come on the podcast.
Really?
He didn't do it. Wouldn't do it. Thought it was too problematic. Or whatever. Jordan told me, I forget what he said, but they were telling him not to do it. Like his advisors were telling him not to do it. Hey, dumbass.
If they can't talk to you, it kind of reminds me of what?
The Belgians much closer there. The U.S. will hand to Nitro Kalen Brown, and the Belgians give the stick to Naomi Vandenbroek. Kalen Brown out quick. Amber Anning, her teammate in third, her college teammate at university, giving chase. She gobbles up the runner from Belgium. If anybody knows anything about college athletics in the States, this is all kind of SEC going on, and it's two training partners at the University of Arkansas, Kalen Brown and Amber Anning, who never looks like she's running fast. Femke Bol off the last turn. Bol with both of them in her sights. She's going to get Anning. Does she have enough space to get Kalen Brown? Femke Bol. She's got room. She's running down Caitlin Brown, and the Netherlands are going to take the 4x4.
Right, girl.
The U.S.
As she's running.
Happy about the image of you looking like the Pope.
Oh, I see. You mean they can't take a joke? You don't mean the Catholics. You mean the fake news media. Not the Catholics loved it. I had nothing to do with it.
Catholics
Somebody
loved him
made
dressed
up
up
a
like a
picture.
pope.
Cup 2026 will take place in the United States, Canada, and Mexico, that we thought will actually bring another World Cup as well here. So you get 2 World Cups in the next year, the new FIFA Club World Cup. This is the trophy of the new FIFA Club World Cup.
Did you notice the way he said that? In the United States, Canada, Mexico. That's the way it's supposed to be. I had to interrupt. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, well, that the World Cup 2026 will take place in the United States.
Cause climate movement on Antifa at the University of Washington after much chaos. Stop all funding for this university, lock everyone up involved. Yeah, lock these bitches up and frog march them out. Every one of them. Listen, we can chant. We can chant and rhyme.
It takes to feed 6 kids.
Trader Joe's.
In about a week and a half. You want to have 6 kids? This is your Trader Joe's receipt. Keep going. Oh my God. Here's what it takes to feed 6 kids.
Trump has a big announcement to make by the end of the week, and it's super big, but this 44-second video he put out explains all of that. I'm curious on what it is, but remember this? That 44-second video takes us to drop 44, which says, before POTUS departs on Friday, he will be making a big announcement, a big message. Look to Twitter. Oh, wow. Back in 2017. We'll see if it has any relevance. That's pretty crazy, though. No coincidences. Jesus loves Q.
All right, another update from the sign situation at Barstow Sampson Street, which I am so sick of dealing with, but obviously going to deal with. So last time I'm like, I thought about it. I'm going to send the 2 people responsible to Poland, to Auschwitz concentration camp.
So you can't say fuck the Jews?
And try to make it a teaching lesson. I talked to both of them on the phone.
Yeah, I ain't going over there, Portnoy. Shut up.
Took a
Any questions for Steve? No, it's a shame. We just heard about it just as we were walking in the doors of the Oval. Just heard about it. I guess people knew something was going to happen based on a little bit of
Chapman.
the past. They've been fighting for a long time. You know, they've been fighting for many, many decades and centuries, actually, if you really think about it. No, I just hope it ends very quickly. Any questions?
This will zip tie hip.
As you can see, there's no current lock on this door. This is just a regular in and out knob. And so if you ever want your privacy in these types of rooms, I'd like to recommend the zip tie method with the washer, because now if anyone tries coming in that shouldn't really be in here, they're going to be met with that steel washer holding your door in place. Give us a try, because you never know when you might need something like this.
Jump in the water to save a drowning man?
هبط تم علمه دروات فوالا
I gotta go get you back up there. Hey, Greg. Oh, nothing. I was calling about a radiator. I'm waiting on them to call me back on it.
Oh, okay. You've already put it in?
No, I'm waiting on the driver to call me back on it.
Oh, yeah, I need the VIN number, all 17 of them.
Yeah, I'm waiting on them to call me back and see if they want to do it.
Oh, okay.
I'll hit you back. Probably tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir. Bye.
There's a storm coming.
There's a storm coming, Dr. Suresh.
There's a storm coming.
There is a storm coming, a black and terrible storm.
There's a storm coming, buddy. There's a storm coming.
You, me, our lives mean nothing next to a storm that's coming.
A storm is coming. Our storm. And when it arrives, it will shake the universe.
Listen up! There is a storm coming! Like nothing you have ever seen! And not a one of you is prepared for it! Think I'm crazy? Hey! I'm talking to you, Russell! Huh? Billy, you think I'm a thief?
Sleep well in your bed. This thing comes true. Very good.
Storm coming.
It'll be one of the most important announcements that has been made in many years.
That we have some very big announcement to make. It's not about trade, it's about something else, but it's going to be a truly earth-shattering and positive development for this country and for the people of this country, and that'll take place sometime within the next few days. That we have.
Chapman.
Span captured this moment. Lightning strikes right near a U.S. Marine sentry standing watch at the White.
Yeah, it's time to go in the house.
Wow, would you look at that composure? C-SPAN captured this moment. Lightning strikes right near a U.S. Marine sentry standing watch at the White.
People are paying up to $35 an hour to have citizens sit in line overnight outside Diddy Courthouse for seats.
Behalf, if you're agreeing,
Well, what
that
choice
he's
do we
the
have? You
greatest
set
living
this
artist
thing.
right now.
You set this farce up. He's dicked us around. You're the one left, so you're going to have to be accountable for him.
Unless you want to walk away too.
Well, accountable? What do you want to hold me accountable?
If you don't want to answer questions either, you are free to stand up and walk away like a little sniveling
Well, you can ask
coward
questions.
too.
If you have questions for me, then I'll feel free to answer
Here's my
those.
question for you. Why is your mate Ye?
Is this whole thing going to be interrupting, or
why is your mate
this whole thing just going to be interrupting? Do you want me to speak at all?
You're sounding like Andrew Tate Light, like his annoying little younger brother we never knew about. Okay, doesn't work with me. Okay, you set this thing up. It's obviously some kind of elaborate prank.
Okay, your team asked me to do this. If you want to be Netanyahu Light on TV,
but given you want to make,
if you want to be Dave Portnoy with the suit,
that's fine.
Then sure. If you want to do ad hominem attacks, then why invite someone on your show? I set this up because your team asked me to do it. I did everything that I could. If I knew that this would, I'm not here wasting your time. You're angry at me for setting up an interview that you wanted. If you have questions for me, I'm happy to answer those.
Here's my question.
There's no point in me being here.
Why did Jay stand up like a sniveling little coward and walk away before I could ask him difficult questions?
For the third time, Piers, I don't know if you have a hearing problem, but I'm not going to answer questions on another man's behalf. But
really?
Thank you for
Even though you
me.
set up the interview with him?
Another time, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, tell him from me he's a sniveling little coward, and he's an anti-Semite and a Hitler worshipper. That's what I would have asked him if he'd had the balls to sit there and take the questions. And there you are, proudly associating yourself with him. Good luck to you, Sneeko. Everyone can see you for what you are.
Uh-oh. Sexy. Sexy.
Oh, yeah. Birkin! I got the bag. Birkin!
Charleston White.
Oh my God.
She's crying. She's so happy.
Are you crying?
Yeah, she's crying. Sweating, but she's sweating butter. I don't even know if that's a guy or a girl, man. I don't know. I think she wants to be a girl. It might be a girl.
She's a Birkin. She's crying of emotions. No, close.
I came up, me coming from the hip hop culture, I never was able to get radio.
He gotten killed in Las Vegas if it wasn't for the things he taught him. And the most important thing he taught Floyd was how to save his own life.
Video. So I used to have to figure out how to use publicity to sell records. So I brought that blueprint to the boxing world, and during that fight, I came up with the plan. I told Floyd, I said, we're going to go to this fight. Diego Corrales going to be at this fight. Here's what I want you to do. You know, I'm going to have the homies surround Diego Corrales at the press conference. And I want you to push him, and we're going to break it up. Because I felt like that would get enough publicity to kind of make people want that fight. And it happened just that way. You know, he pushed Diego, we broke it up. That was a Saturday. I think that Monday or something, front page in the sports of Las Vegas, Floyd and Diego, and shortly after I got a call from HBO saying, we got a date.
Mm-hmm. They make good on the money, doubling that contract?
Well, yeah, it positioned us to do it. It wasn't a one-fight situation.
You need to win
but
that to get this.
Yeah, we was able to skip the line and went up here from there.
One of his best performances.
Oh, yeah, it took him to a whole different level.
It's one of his best performances.
Yeah.
Now, y'all had a good thing. From your perspective, why would you say that relationship didn't last longer?
I say it didn't last because of the people around him. You know what I mean? It's always a challenge when you help someone get to a different level. There's always a challenge with individuals that's around you wanting your position. You know what I mean? And trying to like devalue you or different things with their word. And
there's enough of that bullshit.
Exactly how someone with no emotional maturity reacts when they're...
Should I come up? What's the deal?
Hello, excuse me.
Yeah.
What is this?
She throws the pizza out there.
He's smart firm, Dreyer and Traub. Killers, they were total killers. They said he's worse than all of them. But people don't know that. They think he's a nice guy, Pam. Not that nice, actually. But he is something. Steve quickly established himself as one of the toughest, smartest, and best negotiators in the business, and 1997, he founded the Witkoff Group, which now owns dozens of the most beautiful and iconic properties in the entire world. It's owned some incredible properties. As a businessman, he's admired and respected by all. And now Steve is putting his talents to work for America as special envoy to the United States and making a lot of progress. Our country is blessed to have a negotiator of such skill and experience who really selflessly steps up to the plate, puts himself forward all the time. Over the past few months, Steve has already helped negotiate the return of dozens of hostages from Gaza, and they come in and see me, many of them, and they are so thankful to Steve. And also hostages from other parts of the globe. He's met with President Putin, Prime Minister Netanyahu, representatives of Iran, and many other places. He is meeting with people that he never really thought he'd ever meet just a few months ago. And he's figuring it out. It takes him about an hour to figure it out. After that, he's brutal. He does a great job. He's working tirelessly to end bloody and destructive conflicts, and one in particular with Russia and Ukraine, and where you're losing 5,000 young people a week on average. Ukrainian soldiers, Russian soldiers, and people in towns and villages are being killed. We want to bring it to an end, and we're working. Steve is in the Middle East, where I think we're having some very good success, and you'll be hearing about it as we go. We had tremendous success over the last month, and you know, we're taking the word of the Houthis, but they didn't want any more, and I understand that. And they have decided that they don't want to do this anymore. So I'm proud to have him as a friend. Steve's a very fantastic guy. I picked him out of a lot of people. I had a lot of choices. But I said, we need somebody with two things, a great personality and somebody that could negotiate. And he's got both of them in spades. He's also really smart. So I want to thank everybody for being here. And I want to, very, very importantly, I want to say to Marco Rubio that you're swearing in a very important person. And Steve reports to Marco. I said, Steve, you better do a good job with Marco. He will fire you so violently you have no idea. But Marco, if you could administer the oath. Thank you very much, Marco.
That I take this obligation freely. That I take this obligation freely. Without any mental reservation. Without any mental reservation. Or purpose of evasion. Or purpose of evasion. And that I will well. And that I will well. And faithfully. And faithfully. Discharge the duties of the office. Discharge the duties of the office. On which I am about to enter. On which I am about to enter. So help me God. So help me God. Congratulations.
Somebody was working on us, yes, you want all wrong.
Oh, here. I don't need that.
What is it?
That's a Ford dealership over there.
You talk to Buck?
He said they're going to any complications. He went ready to get the yoke. He went ready to get the yoke. The driver went to the boat and he went to pick the yoke up and whatever. It's comes in, where we got the yoke on, and they said, yeah, that's what it fit. He got down there and put it back on.
Thinks I'm stealing.
The items on you, and I need those items back.
I don't
if you do not
know
give those
what
items
the
back,
hell
you're
you're
going to be
talking
retained. You're
about.
going to go to jail.
Don't touch me.
They see you on camera.
See me on camera doing what?
I have a job to do. It's not personal.
It is personal because you're accusing me of stealing.
They watch you on camera.
Watch me on
They
camera.
watch you on camera.
Bring
You might
up
want
the
to call the
footage.
police or
They're
security
telling me
guard.
right now that you
Bring
have
up the
items on you.
footage.
They're telling me right now you have the
Bring
items.
up the footage, please.
So here's the deal, okay? I'm gonna work with you, okay? If you
There's
give me the
no
item,
working.
this
Don't
is it.
touch
This is
me.
your only chance. This is your only
I
chance.
literally. Okay, let's go talk to the guy then. Don't tell me what to do. Who are you?
Hello?
Look at these people accusing me of
Hello?
stealing from CVS. I came here to get one prescription. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. What are you talking about? So who here called the police on me? Because
Nobody.
apparently... Okay, so
They're
why
saying you
are
have items on you and I have to
What
check you.
items? I'm here
I just
literally
need-
for my
listen,
Adderall
here's
prescription.
Here's what I need. Okay, we can make a big deal if you want to.
Make
Here's
it
what
a
we'll
big
do.
deal.
For the
It's
camera.
either you're
yeah.
calling the police.
No, ma'am. That's not how it
Or-
works. You don't get to make the rules. You don't dictate what happens, okay? So
Okay.
here's what's going to happen, okay?
Whatever.
You're going to show me that you got nothing in your pocket.
I'm not showing you shit because I don't have anything.
Then you're going to get
I
detained.
literally got off
Then
from
you're
work
gonna
from
get detained.
Amazon.
And that's just how it works.
You're
I'm sorry.
accusing me.
Listen, I'm not
God
accusing
forbid.
you. They're accusing
Yeah,
you.
you ain't finna be
Who's
detaining me
they?
there, security
My
guard.
management, my superiors.
Bring
store
them down
manager,
here
listen.
then. Show me the footage that
Here's
you
what,
guys have of me
okay,
stealing.
here's what you need to do.
I literally
Here's
came
what you
in
need
here
to do.
for
Here's
my
your options.
prescription.
Here are your
And you
choices.
guys are
Here are your choices. Here
accusing
are
me
your
of
choices.
stealing.
Here are your choices.
Security guards can't
You
touch
just show me that there's nothing in your pockets because you're
Absolutely
saying that
not.
there's stuff in your pockets. Stop walking
No.
away. Stop walking away.
Or what?
You're going to get detained and you're going to go to the ground.
And you're gonna get
It's
sued.
okay. I got a job to do. Listen, do not
I
walk past
also
me.
have a job to do.
Listen.
Which
Nope.
includes
I need
leaving
my
this
items
store.
back. Listen, I need my items
What the?
back.
I don't know what the hell you're talking
Then show me
about.
what's in your pockets.
My wallet?
No, I don't
And
care about
even
your
then,
wallet. They
I
just
don't
bring
have
out
to
the
show you.
items that you took and that you put
Who?
into
What
your
items?
pockets.
What
The
items?
items that you're saying that you took.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I
Okay.
literally
Well, I'm here
standed
to
in
just
line for
clarify.
like
You're
30
saying you
minutes.
didn't. You're saying you didn't. So let me give you the benefit of the doubt. So clarify, right? I'm just gonna look. You go ahead and you open it up yourself.
I'm not clarifying anything for you.
Yeah, you have to.
No, I don't.
That's how it works.
He can't touch her though. He's a security guard.
I remember when Republicans complained that being asked to use someone's preferred pronouns was compelled speech. Now the Texas government wants to compel teachers to use the
Where's the book at?
Doing a fantastic job as White House press secretary, but I think you should quit. There's nothing conservative about leaving your baby at home while you work a highly intensive, important, time-consuming role. Going back to work when your baby is 4 days old is a form of neglect. Babies, especially newborns, need their mothers. And the conservative movement needs to stop pushing this rebranded version of feminine.
Yeah, he's good.
Million job openings right now. Take one. Take one. Oh, it wasn't what you studied for? Too bad. Take one. That's what the average person does. We have
You
counted
hear
these
that?
folks.
7.2 million
we have
jobs
created a caste system in
available.
America. We have
Take a
a
job.
caste system.
It might not be welding.
Put the elites above
Get
us.
busy.
That's what I'm doing.
And we keep.
Where?
How many people who
Well, I
have
can
no
do
money
that
in the
right
stock
now.
market?
Where you
Did
working
you see
at?
the stock market
I'm
on the
working
truck?
right here.
You never
Where?
cared about it
Where?
before.
Where?
You
Yeah,
said it was
Oh,
for
I
rich
don't know what you're
people.
talking
Why
about.
are
You
you
need to get
letting
over and
the
finish that
elites
damn rooster. Where's my
dominate us?
rooster
Why
painting
is a
at?
cab driver taking his tax
right
money
now?
to pay your
Should have
student
been
loan?
through.
How quick I can
You're
throw
gonna
in
your
the
kids
game?
Man,
have
it
a
should have
better
done been
life than
finished
his
with. What are you
kids.
talking about?
What the hell is wrong with this country? Pay your damn student loan. Bottom line, pay it. By the way.
All right, there, fellas. We're going to wrap this up for today. Thanks for stopping by. Stuart will be doing the shower show in the next 30 minutes to an hour. Stay tuned. He will be putting on the show for y'all
I'm not
tonight.
doing a show.
He said he's feeling randy. I don't know what the feeling randy means.
I'm feeling what?
Feeling randy?
Why are you lying to people and tell them like they get those fucking weirdos?
I'm getting him worked up, man. He said he's feeling extra frisky.
Oh shit. No, I'm not either.
He said he's gonna put a show on for y'all tonight. Some of y'all's eyeballs is gonna be burning. It's gonna be so bad.
Bill. So now you getting them worked up.
I'm getting them worked up. I'm telling you.
Bro, they probably already are. They probably are. They're probably sending me shit and he's fucking washing with my
Man,
old
I've been getting
spikes.
all kind of money.
I bet you have. And my old spikes. Yeah. You go find, put
That's it.
Or go fund me account.
I'm telling you, people, he's ready.
No, he ain't.
He's
either.
got his hat turned on backwards. They said leave your hat on.
Jamie, he showed me his feet today. When did they? Yeah.
Yeah, they've been asking for feet pictures.
You better look at it.
I don't want to look at them.
Okay.
You need to get over and see where he's at with that damn.
He's got the computer hooked to it. We're sitting with thing. He's got the back door.
Hey, you got a pencil right there?
Pencil? No. There was right there. There's one right over there.
Where?
Over beside the fan, there's a pencil.
Bop.
Yeah, but he's ready for y'all. He's coming in hot. He's been out there sweating today, so he's got to get the grit off of him. So he's got to dig down deep in his pits and his crevices.
No, man.
Oh my God, man.
Bill, don't go
Get up
to-
in there.
Don't go to your crevices, Bill.
He will. He'll be all digging in there too
Don't do it, Bill.
with his free hand.
Free hand.
Just wear a glove, Bill.
Time period of what? The time period when they were coming.
I can't help you. I gotta have receipts. You ain't turning receipts.
But I'm gonna turn for
Are you
receipts.
kidding me?
I don't know what lost receipt is. If I give you receipt on the gas, I'm
Again, they don't like the truth, but that's the truth. It's like, as far as like just feeling free to just speak exactly how I feel, yes.
What? What are you trying to?
Nothing.
So you over there covering for him? See, I told you stop enabling him, man.
I'm not covering. I'm just telling him. I'm
enabling me,
vouching for him.
Piece
I'm
cake.
co-signing for him.
I can't take
I'm co-signing.
Abigail made me that cake. Pretty good.
Can I have a piece?
Yeah. No, you cannot have a piece.
There you go. This stuff's good, bro. Let me finish. This salt more too good.
It is. It's a yellow cake with chocolate icing on it. I pulled it off last night, the aluminum foil, and it was like stuck in places. So I scraped it off the aluminum foil and spreaded it back out on the cake, and then cut it into pieces and put it in bowls. And I said, Joyce, you want a piece of cake? She said, I shouldn't have none of that, but I'm going to. And then her and Jackie, I had 3 bowls that was slap full. And I went in there and there was only 2 left. I said, what the hell? I said, that's good. Eat it up so Stuart don't get none of it.
Now you're just doing it on purpose. Whoa. Hey!
I will scream in this whole entire store, and I'll kick everything.
You're gonna scream? If I don't listen to her, she's gonna scream. That's what she just said. Do you want to hear her scream? No, I don't. I don't want to deal with this. Leave her alone. This is what I deal with. She's gonna scream in this whole entire store if I don't let her do whatever she wants to do.
I'd take her out there to the car. I'd blitz her ass.
Oh my God. This is okay with you. This is why we deal with what we do. Do not go over there, Amelia. You don't even know what you're getting. Now you're just doing it on purpose.
Yeah, she'd get her ass with it. And she needs to be put on a diet, little fat ass. Hey, Tiffany. You're leaving now? Let me see.
Yeah, this ain't what we need to do.
Steven.
You take that back. You throw it all in.
You come in on the 1st? All right, so 5 days. That'll be 125. All right.
Do you guys take com data?
No, we do EFS.
Only EFS?
Yeah. Hey. Hey, give me your email. Hold on. All right. Tiffany Hall Williams at personal. Dot personal. Personal at gmail.com. Well, I'm shooting it to you now. All right.
Leave them alone. I'm done. I can't even go grocery shopping.
Chapman, what did you say
with
you
my
don't
own
need?
family anymore. This is
You ordered the
insane. I don't even know what to do. I really don't.
Huh?
You think it's funny? It's not. It's not funny.
$400.
Yeah, $415. Huh? What'd you order?
It's supposed to be the main harness for the ignition switch. I got it. I got the ignition switch and the piece that's burnt out.
Where's you got a box?
It's in a bag in there.
Put this in. All right, there, fellas. We'll holler at y'all later on. Y'all have a good one. We're gonna ride up out of here. Stuart is getting ready. Stuart.
No.
Hey, when you go in, do you take your clothes off out here or in there?
God, Lord Jesus. You want to jail.
Well, I'm just wondering, man. Just go when you go in there, take them off slow. Make the video should be about 15 to 30 minutes long.
Damn, Bill.
You ain't gonna complain about water.
No, you ain't talking about taking a shower for 30 minutes. You can that's what I said. Take your clothes off slow.
About 15, 30 minutes.
You know you're going to hell.
Leave your hat on. They're calling.
Oh, shoot,
they're calling now.
Bill, don't do that. Don't put me on there.
They're calling.
No, sir.
Well, they are. Hold on a minute. Let me see who this is. Oh, that's Pork Chop.
Oh, Pork Chop calling.
And Juicy Root. It's on.
Juicy Fruit?
It's on a double call. Well, they're calling you. They're looking for you.
I'm not trying to do any of that.
Bubbles says hello. Hey, Bubbles. Stuart, tell him hey.
Hey.
He said, hey, Bubbles. He said, Bubbles, he's got something for you tonight.
No, do not.
Put it out there for him, Bill. Put it out there for him.
I'm not putting it out, Bill.
Do it, man.
Make more money, Bill.
You can make some more money like that, Bill. The dirtier you get, the more they like it. Yeah. And you can wash off.
You can do private.
I'm going to bring you some honey up here.
You can do some private.
I'm going to bring you some honey and peanut butter.
Oh, God. Yeah. Bill, you want peanut butter?
Yeah.
I'm not doing
Where's that jar I brought you?
I can't do my shit, man.
There you go. Break it out.
No, sir.
Come in here and you can like get you got a spoon? You got a spoon?
Feed yourself, Bill. Smear it all over.
You can eat it slow.
Smear it all over.
Chapman's. Hello?
Hey.
Hello? I ain't eating no damn peanut butter.
Hell no.
Yeah, we'll see y'all. We're going to see him, Jamie.
We're going to see him, Jamie.
Probably later.
Later. Stop.
Huh? Well, man, he's done painted 3 chickens. He keeps painting over them. What he should be concentrating on is them beat scenes like that. Yep.
You do a mount scene.
He said he was going to do one of them. He didn't do it.
I take one back with right, so I went to practice again.
You need to be practicing them beat scenes over there with some dolphins in the background surfing.
Surfing. And then you got to have at least one shark fin.
Something unexpected happened when this delivery driver arrived to drop off a package for a customer. The doorbell camera captured the moment when this delivery driver arrived to drop off a package, and then an unexpected event occurred. A strange man suddenly approached the driver from behind and demanded the package, but the driver immediately refused, leading to a struggle between the two.
We can't answer the door right now, but if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
Despite the risk to his own safety, the driver fought to keep the package out of the thief's hands. At the same time, the homeowner noticed what was happening and quickly rushed out to help. Together, they managed to scare the porch pirate off.
What's he doing?
Tell me, what do you think about this?
Yeah, there ain't even on the screen, man. What are you doing? Hey, look, turn it sideways. Bill, turn it sideways. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, just erase it.
That'll give you more room. You could probably put 2 or 3 chickens on there.
Yeah.
He's a chicken painting fool. That damn chicken looked like a penguin on crack, man. I said,
the future. But Bernard, it's an honor to have you. Have a meeting.
Yeah, that's somebody had the mange.
Yeah. Yeah, with an alligator. Yeah. Good thing you just paint over.
That's one thing
Yeah,
about painting.
that's one good thing.
Yes, we do. When I do, I'll make a pretty background, like a farm background, which would be a green, with white, and yellow, like this.
Yeah, and then you have like a
brown.
and then you have a daggum windmill.
In the background. I can put them on a fence. I can do that. I want to show you so bad how it feels. I listen to Bob Ross every day. She got me to Bob Ross.
Bob Ross. Should have had Bob Ross in the box.
Bob Ross. Yeah, Bob Ross.
That's what he should have had, boy. Jody, where's that angel at on that job in there? What's that mean? Did you tell that man what they cost?
Plus 1,000 years. Once you pass away, you will receive an attempted.
Just stand on the saw. Just stand on the saw. I was just at the KFC. My friend, he was just eating. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened to the point where 20 damn police cars. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
You didn't call what, man? Yeah. For what?
I was on the counter, but somebody had a fire because the food was good. No, I called the KFC.
I cut grass too, and I get good.
Where?
Pretty good. Over there.
Not just a random.